What's up? We're gonna draw tonight. Give me a second to figure out the heck I'm doing. Let me get my face off of here for now and show what I'm drawing. I'll let everybody trickle in, but in case anyone is here already, I will be drawing tonight on Work Louder's channel using my keyboard and my micro, which I'll talk about more about in a few minutes once I get my confidence up on speaking. I feel like I haven't talked in quite a while. I haven't been online much. But we're gonna draw Ninja Turtles tonight, which you can see up above. Bonjour. Hello, Rima. Audio okay? Everybody can hear me decently? I can turn things up and down if we need. Bonjour. Hey, Dave. What's up? Nastery. Hi, Cody. Hi. Hey, Alec. We are drawing Ninja Turtles tonight. We're doodling. It's been a while since I've streamed. I did some traveling. I got busy with work. I took my keyboard apart, then I had to put it back together. Yeah, I changed my keyboard up, Dave. I got my the graphite black now. I like it. I miss my white. I think I'm gonna go back to the white shell soon, but I wanted to ride with this for maybe a week or so. But yeah. Oh, you know what I haven't tried out yet? We can try this live. Is the music widget. I haven't messed around with yet because I think I don't even know if I upgraded my software yet. But let's see if we can do that. Thanks, Nastery. It's beautiful. I agree. Let's make sure we're up to date. About sorry, it scares me. Okay. Ooh, new input version update. We're updating live on the air. It's gonna be a bad mistake. For anyone that's joining or just joined, my name's Kirk, and I'm an illustrator and designer. I actually helped design the little character on the keyboard. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm still working on figuring out what I'm doing. Let's see. What macros do you use when drawing? So, Nastery, when I am drawing in Illustrator, I've got, it's been a while, and I'll show you more as I get into it, but I have, one thing that I use that I like a lot is if I've got a shape, let's just get a full opacity. So opacity is a big one for me, because I'm always turning opacity up and down. And as a result, I have one of the knobs set to opacity up and down, going in 10% increments. Then I have undo and redo, of course. And then I have, I believe I have move forward and backward set as well. Is that what it is? I forget what I have this one set to, actually. It's been a while since I've used Illustrator now. Let's see. Let's open up my layers. Oh yeah, I have it set to stroke weight up and down. So if I've got a stroke, I'll do bright blue for you, so you can see. Often I'm increasing and decreasing stroke weight. So this other knob on the way top right, if you can see, increases and decreases by 1. It's just like a little simple script that I wrote for Illustrator, because you can't control the stroke weight through the menus. So I had to write a little simple script. And then down here, I use the macro keys down here I use for the Pathfinder usually. So just like merging shapes and stuff like that. And then in Photoshop, I usually use a lot of brush stuff. so making brushes bigger and smaller, harder and softer. I want to test out the, let's see something here. Cool. The that's sick. I haven't tested this out yet, but the media is now showing in the little screen, so it's showing what's playing on Spotify. I don't want to move wires around too much yet as I get started, but I'll show you more closely after. But that's cool. Nice. It's a new feature that I haven't been able to use yet. Dave, the script, it's like just written in JavaScript. It's really simple, and then you just, it's like a JSX file or whatever, and then you just, you load into Illustrator through like scripts, and then I have all these different scripts, and then you can do like a custom one at the bottom or something and find, I forget what it is. I have so many. Yeah, other script, and then you just load it that way. I'm not good at writing code or anything like that. I used to be kind of good at it, and now I can kind of hack my way through to do some stuff. What's it sound like? I wonder if you can hear. This is what it sounds like. Rohan, hopefully that sounded good for you. You're welcome. It seems like chat is more quick now too than the last time I streamed. There was like such a long delay, but now there's not quite as much delay. Yeah, really useful. And I keep switching between them, and I'm still dialing in all of my like settings, but I do have like I've got a preset for like when I'm in Mac OS and using Finder and stuff like that, and then I've got an Illustrator one, a Photoshop one, Final Cut, After Effects, and Adobe Animate. I've really dialed in Illustrator and Photoshop, but not quite the others as much. Another cool one I just worked out is I work on two different screens, like above and below, and I set up a shortcut with one of these keys to throw the current focused window up to the other screen back and forth, which is really handy because I feel like I'm always trying to throw windows back and forth between screens. Favorite Ninja Turtle? My favorite Ninja Turtle, I guess, has always been Leonardo, just because, but yeah, I mean, it's impossible, right? They're all, but Leo's sick just because he has the two swords, and I've always been like really into like the way that those can look and the way they like interact. But I also love like a staff from Donnie. Michelangelo never did like a ton for me, frankly. I mean, I obviously love all the Ninja Turtles, but I think I always liked Leo the most. I think historically I always liked Leo the most. If I had to choose now, I don't know what it would be. Maybe Raph, because he's cool but rude. I sketched these in Photoshop or Procreate or something, I don't know where, but I'm going to trace over them in Illustrator. I started tracing the Technodrome here a little bit. You can see it. So everything I make is just shapes in Illustrator, basically. I do a lot of work in animation, so I'm often using Adobe Illustrator. Question outside of work, louder brand. Which one do you think is better, iPad or Wacom for drawing? I really like my Wacom. I have a big Cintiq Pro 24-inch over on my other desk that I use most all the time. But I got this little Move Ink recently that is just so nice and small, and it just takes one Thunderbolt cable to power it and display the output. And I'm finding like I'm using it like almost more often because it's so convenient and small. And so I really like it. The iPad's great too. I've got one right next to me charging. I just really like working in Illustrator and Photoshop, so I like having all of my keyboards and all of that stuff like all worked out. So I really like Wacom. But both are good. I think there's a lower entry point for Wacom that you can get like something a little bit cheaper. But it also, you gotta be like kind of dedicated, I suppose. But yeah. I just pushed a button. What does the keyboard sound like? Metal Flowers. Let me type something to you. Hello, Metal Flowers. This There you go, Metal Flowers. Hope you heard it. Nestor, I was thinking to get one, but I'm not an artist or illustrator, so it's just for fun. Yeah, so the first time I got my Wacom stylus, I wasn't like a digital artist at all yet. I just wanted one because it seemed like fun to draw on. So I got an old, it was called a 21UX back in, I don't know, it must have been 2002 or something. And it was 4:3. That's like the aspect ratio that it was, but it was that old before we had like widescreen monitors. And it got me into art, frankly. Like, it made me draw more. So I think it's a really good thing to have. I do understand that they can be a bit expensive, but you can get secondhand ones and stuff too. The thing just to be aware of, Nastery, is like, if you want to draw directly on the tablet, or if you want to get one like a Bamboo, where like you're like drawing on the tablet but you're looking at the screen. But also, like, if you're purely hobby, just for fun, I think an iPad is great because like you get to do so much else with it. So you can't really go wrong. And you can use the iPad like with a computer too, with a thing called Sidecar. So maybe my advice for like newer artists or people that are just dabbling would probably be the iPad world. But I do love my Wacom products a lot. Your board is sick. I love the offset color details. Christine, thank you, Christine. I do too. I really like it as well. I just switched to the black shell that I'm really liking, but I have a feeling I'm gonna want to go back to white pretty soon. But it looks really good with my orange cable here and my orange button. Like, yeah, I keep buying all of the different accessories and stuff, and I feel like I need multiple keyboards now, so that I don't have to take the keyboard apart to swap them out, so I can like swap more quickly. It's such a crazy little hobby, but thank you. The V2 of this keyboard is coming out soon. I forget when they said they're shipping, but later in the year. But they're taking orders now because the V1 I think is nearly sold out, or maybe they completely sold out. So now it's all about the V2, which has some really cool improvements, and I think I'm gonna have to get that one too. It's so crazy. Keep the questions coming. Drawing this foot. Honestly, my favorite Ninja Turtle was always any of the Foot clan. I always thought the Foot Soldiers were so stinking cool when I was young. Like, I always loved ninjas, and I loved like masks, anything that was like related to like covering up your face and like armor and stuff. I thought was so cool. So the Foot clan was like S tier for me. I remember telling my mom like I wanted to get like 50 Foot Soldier toys just so I could have like an army of them that the Ninja Turtles would like beat them all up. And I think my mom was like, that's not a sustainable way to play with toys. So I used my imagination. How much did you spend to produce the keyboard? So this, Andrea, this keyboard, let's look on the site of what they're costing. Oh, also this is something I'm gonna do after. We'll get there. Because they have a new product, the XYZ board, which is really cost effective, and they're 3D printing, which again I'll segue into a little bit more. But I was just looking at these because I think I need this as well. But the board that I'm on right now is the Nomad E, which is $350. I think they're mostly sold out, and I would say getting the Nomad E2 is probably where it's at. They just have a few quality of life improvements for like the same price. But this is a $350. I got it for that price like maybe, well, I guess like 6 months ago or so. I've had it for a while. I really love it. But I keep like buying all the accessories too, which can kind of add up. But yeah, like I have a separate key set, and then I have the different shells, and then like I get the dials and stuff, which are all like really cheap. But the keyboard is the big price that you pay. But yeah, I didn't have it for a while because I had it taken apart and I had to put it back together, and I was being lazy. And I didn't have it for like a week, and I really realized how much I miss my keyboard. Like, I really enjoy like everything about it, like the form factor, but also just like the happiness that it brings me, like aesthetically, but then all of my keyboard shortcuts I've been struggling without. So this is like my first night really back working with this keyboard. So it might be a little rusty, so to speak, but I'm excited to have it back. Can you all hear the music in the background? It's too loud or too quiet? So I'm in Adobe Illustrator right now too, and just using the pen tool. Which might mean nothing to some of you, but it might mean something to someone. But I'll do color after. I'll show you how I do that in a little bit. But I'm just working on shapes to start, which is how I really focus on all my illustrations, just shapes. Love a cool business-oriented keyboard with full keyboard and numpad. Hard to find. Yeah, business-oriented is interesting and fair. I do know that there is hints and rumors of the knob keyboard by Work Louder. That, let's see, the knob 1, which is coming out, and they're, I think, toying around with the idea of bringing a numpad into. I don't want to speak too much on what I don't fully know, but there is interest, at least I believe, for them to start making some numpads that kind of like integrate into this keyboard. You can probably find a lot more of it on their Instagram and all that, because I know there is a demand for numpads. But you can also use the micro kind of low-key as a numpad, although, you know, I suppose if you're like really crushing the numpad stuff for mathematics, you probably want like a proper numpad. But this works really well for me. Currently I'm just using this as the Creator Micro by Work Louder as well. I'm just using it to swap between scenes and stuff. So like this switches to full screen and that, and then I can like show and hide different things. But right now I'm keeping it really simple. Draw a dick, please, Ollie. Don't forget the balls. I'll work on that in a little bit. Working on the Ninja Turtles for now, but I will not forget the balls when I draw it. Thanks for being here, Ollie. Really appreciate those messages. If you're doing finance and accounting, yeah, exactly. The full numpad is important, I realize. So I think they're thinking about doing it with the knob. I remember I used to, like, I got really excited when I was in college. I got pretty good at using a numpad. I think it's like, I was a waiter in a restaurant, and at the end of the night I had to like add up all of my tips or something. I forget what it was, but I had to use like a, you know, a little calculator thingy, and it made like a cool noise. It was like printing as I would type. And I remember just getting like really good at the numbers and loving that like satisfying, like clicky, like printy noise. And so I can see where like accountants would really get into like having a really cool numpad. What kind of functions does a small screen have? Andrea, sorry, I missed that earlier. So the little screen has time. It has a Pomodoro timer, which if you're not familiar with that is like sort of a method of working where you can set like 25 minutes working, 5 minutes break, or you can kind of customize whatever works for your rhythm. But it's really good for like people that have kind of attention span issues or like focus issues. I've used it a bit, and every time I use it, I really love it. But I gotta get better at it. It also has wallpapers that you can have, which is a little bit blown out, but I've got, honestly, this is actually I don't know if it'll focus. This is a prototype of the character that we created for it. This was like a Sunny version that we haven't used yet. But I can also switch to Pomodoro timer, where I can have 25 on, 5 minutes off. And then we have the Kibogachi, which is like really this is my project that I worked on with Work Louder. And she's great. And when you hold down shift, she crouches. And as you type faster, she runs, things like that. She's a little spirit in the board. And then we have media, so it shows what songs are playing in Spotify and other apps. And then back to my time and settings, and you can change all the RGB and stuff like that through it. And I think they have a whole bunch of other ideas for like widgets that they're going to be rolling out over time. But the Now Playing just came out like, I think like yesterday or 2 days ago. So it's new and exciting. I've seen a 3D printed board. Is that available yet? Butters, yes, I believe it is. I'm not exactly sure when they're shipping, but I think it's like one of the most current to ship. Again, I'm not totally sure. For what it's worth, for context, I don't work for Work Louder. I just stream with them. They're friends of mine, and so I'm kind of like guessing on some of the information, but I'm pretty keyed in. But I know that the So I just ordered one of the XYZ boards because Mike was showing me them to me, and I couldn't help it. So I ordered one, and I got the Lego style. I want to build it myself. They have pre-built and build them yourself. I think these are shipping soon. Like maybe they're shipping now, but if not, they're shipping pretty darn soon. And they're like very affordable, and they're all based off of old. I believe they're like not old parts, but like leftover parts they had that they're trying to use up in a healthy way. And so like here's a live shot. I don't know, it's not still printing. I guess it's finished, and I think Mike has to switch it over to a new one. But they're printing in Mike's office right now all of the parts for them. So this is a live stream of them printing the parts for these. So yeah, this one's really cool. This seems like a no-brainer to have. Like, I don't have a need for 2 keyboards, but I'm not wasteful. Like, but I need this. It's like such a sick little novelty keyboard that I'm excited to use. Like, I just built a little gaming computer, and I think I could use this for that because I don't type that much on it. I just like, yeah. Anyway, it comes with caps and switches. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I feel like the price is pretty crazy, like affordable. Butters, you probably honestly know more about keyboards than I do. I'm not like a huge keyboard head, but it feels very affordable, and I'm really excited to get mine. And I chose purple dial for mine because I don't have enough purple in the studio, and he hasn't made a sage green dial yet to match my entire studio. So until then, I have like all my walls and like so much of my accents are green in the studio, and so I'm holding out for a green dial, but in the meantime purple is where it's at for me. Yeah, Butters, it comes fully functioning, and if you pre-build it, then it's like fully functioning. And it's like I don't know what the percentage, it's like very small, right? So like the QWERTY shares numbers. So I'm curious I've never used the keyboard so small, so I'm really curious to see how that feels. It probably won't be like my daily driver, but I think I'll use it for maybe gaming and stuff. I don't know. I'll be curious to see. All right. What do we say we move to color? We got our shapes kind of figured out. Speaking of purple, we got a foot soldier. Let's use some purple here. So I'm just eyedropping color. Cutting and pasting things in front and behind, basically. Just like layers. Can you send me the link to this job? Jace, I don't know exactly what the job is. Maybe you mean product. If so, you can go to worklouder.cc, or you can probably just DM the WorkLouder account and they can send you a link as well. We'll be answering DMs. Just ask for the link that you need. But yeah, you can just go to worklouder.cc and find this keyboard here. And if you order anything tonight, you just make sure that you put your order number in so that we can hook you up with a free gift. That'll be a surprise, but it's significant. It's not just like a sticker. It's like a legitimate like gift. So drop your order numbers if you do end up ordering anything, please, so that we can make sure that you do get that. I think they had red. I'm gonna get a reference of what foot soldiers looked like because I don't remember. Here we go. Yeah, they have red. These guys are so cool. Ugh, I love these characters. All right, let's pull this in. So could the keyboard be used as a regular keyboard or just a shortcut child? Sail? Cruise? If you're, it's hard because there's latency. I'm not sure if you're asking about the keyboard that I was showing on my screen. I'll just go through all of them. This one, the Nomad, of course you can use a full keyboard. It's like fully full, even with extra dials and tips and stuff like that, and knobs. This here is the Creator Micro, which is great for just mostly for shortcuts. Like I use it, it's really great for like video editing programs or Figma. They even did a collaboration with Figma, like for all of your commonly used shortcuts, and you can have 4 different layers, so you can have like 4 different apps. And they're coming out with the Creator Micro V2 soon, which is going to be like super duper supercharged. And then the one that I was talking about here It's a full keyboard. You're just gonna battle. It's small, so there's gonna be shared keys. Like you'll have to hold down the function key to get to 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's kind of like it can be a full keyboard. You can type on it, but it is a 40% keyboard, so it's pretty small. Hopefully that answers your question. I gotta head out. Thanks for the info, man. Have a great stream. Butters, see you later. Thanks for being here. Hopefully you get to at least hear that. Have a good night. Keep the questions coming, everybody. Whether they be about keyboards, or drawing, or design, or the stuff you see here, the colors, whatever. You don't have to either, you can just watch. Your support means something either way. This red's a little bright. Let's chill this red out a little bit. There we go. That's a good looking foot soldier. There's like a 35th anniversary of the original Ninja Turtles movie coming out in August, I think. They're like putting it out in theaters and stuff. My partner and I are gonna go see it. Very excited. Has anyone seen that movie? It's like, it's so good. It's like unironically good. It's not like, oh, it's Ninja Turtles, so it's good. It's like, it's a good movie. It's really heartfelt and intense. I love it. All right, let's draw a Ninja Turtle. Let's draw. This is kind of comic book inspired Raph. Let's do it. Don't have a spare keyboard. Hey, I recently bought the Nomad. I'm trying to figure out how to click F1. I can't even boot on my PC until I click F1. Is there a chance? Nick, I just came across this kind of sort of a little bit because I built a Windows PC like this last week, and I haven't been in Windows in so long, and I forgot that in like BIOS you need to do that. It's a long-winded way of saying you just hold down the like FP like function key here, and then 1 will get you to F1. And I had to make sure that I be hardwired in or whatever, obviously, but it worked for me. I just did these 2 keys right here, and it worked as F1. Nick, I hope that helps. Yeah, I forgot what it's like to have to go through BIOS and all that stuff when I built the machine this last week. I really wanted to play PC games again, so I ended up building one. But man, it's been a while since I was in that world. But that worked for me. Hopefully it works for you. I'm sure it will. Also, hopefully that made sense. That's what I said. Are still accepting applications to the job you posted about Grant? Grant, I'm not sure. I am not working for WorkLouder. I'm just a buddy that streams. I'm not sure. I know that they got like a ton of applications, but I'm not sure. That's the answer. I would say check the social post. They probably put a deadline in, and whatever that deadline is probably when they're accepting till. I can't give you a better answer than that. Unfortunate, so and I'm sorry. But somebody else in chat might have the answer. We are a community after all. What, Grant, what do you do that you would apply? I don't even remember. I've been offline for the last couple of weeks or maybe even a month or two. What was the application for? And what do you do, if you care to share? My dog may come in for a visit. Sounds like she's at the door wanting to say hi. You guys have inspired me for tons of new hardware projects. Hell yeah, Black. What other projects are you working on? Tell me more. Tell me more, tell me more. Order 69, nice, Taco. We're putting in a free airplane for you. Thank you for all your sincerity. FP1 not working, unfortunately. I'm in wire mode. Nick. Shoot. Let me... You're in the Discord, right, Nick? I feel like I've seen your name a bunch. I feel like you're in the Discord. It might be a better question for Discord. I somehow managed to get into BIOS doing that, and I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work. And it did. So I feel stuck with my troubleshooting help for you. But if Mike is in the chat still, he might be able to chime in. I will summon him by saying, Mike, are you around? Yeah, hop on Discord. There's no way that this hasn't been solved a million times, because I didn't think this was a problem that ever existed until I realized, like, yeah, when you're in Windows, you need to be, like, in BIOS all the time. And I feel like a lot of WorkLouder's community is Windows or Linux, which I feel like is even more intense with BIOS, so it's definitely a solvable thing. Let's do some goofy eyes for Donnie. Donnie's gonna be side-eyeing because he's kind of pompous, because he's smart. Cool. Josh, hi. Nice to have you here, Josh. I am here as a monkey to dance for you, so if you have questions about anything, keyboard related or otherwise, I'm here. I'm here to chat. I want to talk. Where is everyone tuning in from? I am in Maine, which is in America, which is up north and east in America. Where are you from? Hey chat, where are you guys from? I also have a snack in the kitchen, and I can't stop thinking about it. So I might have to run and grab it in a minute. But like my brain, I can't focus on anything other than the fact that there's a snack in the kitchen that I can have. And when there's a snack in the house, I have a really difficult time focusing on anything else. So I might run and grab that in a minute. But first we gotta figure out what color a Ninja Turtle shell is. I think it's gonna be this warm reddish brown. Oh yeah, easy baby. Let's add some muscles. There's one thing boys learned how to draw in elementary school. It was muscular men. Isn't that right, boys? It really is. Like, I feel like as like a young child, like most of my time was spent drawing like muscles on guys. And if there's one thing Donatello is, it's muscular. Oh, cool. Josh from South Korea. Nice. Welcome from South Korea. I hear it's one of the nicest places on planet Earth. I know a lot of artists really like it there, and I know a lot of people that go and visit there. And I would love to visit there sometime. Do you like it in South Korea? Were you always there, or did you move there? To get some little freckles for Donnie. I feel like they have like little pock marks or like things like this on them. Remember when I was younger, my dad was really into, well, he knew that I was in the Ninja Turtles and he would participate. He was a big fan of the movie Ninja Turtles toys that came out, and they had like kind of realistic skin with these like markings on them. And so there we go, tying into some nostalgia there in a healthy way, I think. Nostalgia can be tricky. I feel like it's not always healthy to live in the past, but sometimes it's fun, especially for millennials. I'm gonna put this in a circle, call it an avatar. Call it a PFP. Smiffy. Hi, Smiffy. What's up? I like your username. Maybe it's your real name. What keyboard is this? It's so satisfying. Quinn. I bought the keyboard. It's Work Louder keyboard, where I'm streaming from. You're watching from TikTok, so you probably are following Work Louder. And this is a Work Louder Nomad keyboard. I can show you. It is at worklouder.cc. And you go down here to, we get the Nomad E2 because it's coming out soon and it's shipping later on this year. And it's here. And I have it with the black, and I also have the white key set with it. And that's why it looks so beautiful. And yeah, it's available for order now, and they're shipping pretty soon. And there's also the Nomad E1, which I believe will ship even sooner. Oh, no, they're sold out. Or certain colors? No, they're totally sold out. Whoa. Unless you're French, then you can get one. But the exact one I have is sold out, but the even better version of it is the V2, which is available on worklouder.cc. Go check it out. If you decide that you want it and you want to place an order, please do tell me your order number so we can send you a free gift. Seriously. If anyone orders anything tonight from the site, tell me. Tell me your order number so I can make sure that I get you a gift. Only available while we're streaming. Why 350? All right, let me catch up on chat. Sorry. Why 359? I don't know what that means, so I'll ignore it. But what's up? Which monitor is Jesus or Jesus? I think you must be talking about the drawing tablet. This is a Wacom Move Ink, it's called. It's a drawing tablet. And then I have a monitor up above, which you can't see, so this must be the one that you're talking about. So yeah, this is a Wacom Move Ink. And a bug just flew on it. Does it ship to Canada? Yes, Quinn, they ship to Canada, totally. Actually, the founder, both of them now are living in Canada. One of the founders lives in, I believe, Montreal, and the other that was from Italy just moved to Canada to ramp up operations. So sometimes they even locally deliver. They have a really viral video on TikTok and Instagram of them like hand delivering one of the keyboards to a customer in, I think, Montreal. And it's really cute and sweet. But yes, we ship all over the world, or Work Louder ships all over the world. Olin, just hopped in. Do you plan on making this one with the number keys on the side? Olin, I don't know about numpad stuff, so for what it's worth, I'm just a streamer that works with Work Louder. Not in charge of the making of the keyboards, but I believe there is quite a demand for numpads, and I believe they are toying around with the idea of how they can integrate them, especially with the knob keyboard. But don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure, but I think they're playing around with the idea of a numpad that can kind of link into this system for this keyboard. And this keyboard is shipping out real soon. I'm pretty sure this is ready to ship next month, which I have one coming, so I'm excited for it. Let's see. Would you recommend for gaming? I don't know your name, but you just got a flag. Is that a Greek flag? I don't know flags well. But flag name. Recommend for gaming. So I was playing Splitgate last night a bunch on this keyboard, and it's great. It's fine, totally fine. I'm not like the most hardcore gamer anymore. I used to be, but it 1000% worked fine, wired or wireless. Yeah, I mean, it's mechanical switches. It's low profile. Like, it's everything that it says it is in a really good way. Worked great for me. They have other boards that are ortholinear and some that are staggered, kind of up to your preference. The V2 has these different types of keys that are more like dipped, like more of a natural, like what we're used to. But I really love these types of keys. I can show you a little more closely. But I mean, the short answer is like absolutely recommend it for gaming. No reason why I wouldn't use this for gaming. Smithy, Bamboo Lab. Phew, I would love that option. I love Work Louder keyboard. I don't know the Bamboo Lab P1S, but I will look it up on a separate window in case you're sending me some crazy thing that I shouldn't be looking at. Bamboo P1S. Oh, that's a 3D printer. Hell yeah. They are doing a lot of 3D printing stuff coming up. In fact, they're 3D printing stuff right now. This is like a live shot of them 3D printing parts for the Work Louder XYZ board, which is a really cool, like super tiny mini board. Do you guys ship to Canada? Oh, sorry, answer that. I'll be ordering one right now. Continue streaming. Quinn, order. Tell us the order number when you do it. And let me know what you're getting, genuinely out of curiosity, but also so that we can make sure we give you a gift. Yassine, what's that setup? So this setup is the Nomad, the Work Louder Nomad keyboard. This is the V1. The V2 is now out for pre-order and shipping pretty soon. And then I have the Creator Micro over here that I have a lot of my shortcuts set to when using Illustrator and Photoshop or After Effects or whatever you want. Right now I just have it to be able to switch between my scenes in OBS. But it's really handy, and there's a V2 of this coming out too, and I think it's shipping maybe September, don't quote me on that, but it's tons of improvement, and it's wireless and Bluetooth, and it's really exciting, and I have one of those coming, and I also have a V2 of this coming, but that's what I'm working on right now. And then I'm working on a Wacom Moving for drawing, and I'm drawing in Adobe Illustrator. That would be what sells me. I do CAD and need the numpad. The detachable numpad would be perfect. Olin, I don't quote me on this, but I've seen a lot of chatter about them doing like a detachable sort of numpad situation. You can see it on a lot of their socials. They tease it for ideas and stuff. I don't know. I don't think it's in production yet, but it seems like something they want to be working on. And I'm hearing a lot of feedback that people do need and want numpad stuff, which is fair. So that's good feedback, Olin. 3D printed was related to my last mention. Oh, sorry, Smithy, I missed you. Oh, when is there going to be a version of the XYZ where you can print it? I think that's soon, Smithy. I'm not totally sure when, but I think they're working on giving like 3D printable, like whatever's pretty soon. I'm gonna be like as vague as I literally don't know, but I know that they're really excited about the XYZ line in order to kind of get that going. So I think they're gonna be like releasing printable files pretty soon. Do you have a screen available for the right side? I'm Fern. No, everything stays on the left. Here we do left only. I say that jokingly, but no, this is the only setup for the screen. Hello, sorry about asking right away, but is there any chance any other formats of the keyboard? I mean, other than US layout? Joy Vitor. There's no way I did a great job with that name, but yeah, they have a bunch of different layouts. So if you go to the site, like the Nomad E2, and forgive me because I'm kind of just a dumb American, but you know, there's Nordic and German, Italian, Spanish, UK, and French layouts. Hopefully that's helpful. And I think most of the keyboards come in, like the knob has all the same different layouts. So that should be helpful for you. Olin, keeping an eye out, appreciate it. Hell yeah, nice. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. Cool stickers. GG, baby. Why does the keyboard cost so much? What's high quality about it? Quinn, maybe not the best answer or best question for me to answer because I didn't make the keyboard. I just stream with it. But so the board's like all 100% custom. They have like custom switches in it, and everything is like machines at custom levels. They have so much process in. If you go into where are you tuning in from? You're tuning in from TikTok. I think there's a ton of TikToks that show the entire process of how they've built it. Very much from scratch, and that is a big component of its price tag. The screen does not hurt either. The knobs, the dials, like everything feels like really weighty and heavy. And has this like nice aluminum body that is like pretty hefty. It feels expensive when you get it too. Like it does not feel. I'm not like a super duper mega keyboard nerd for what it's worth, but when I got this and pulled it out of the box, I was really surprised and happy with like how beefy it felt. Same with the micro. The micro is like a really nice, like all metal, heavy weighted bit. But the best answer for it is it's very custom, and they have a ton of their process of how they developed it in Reels. Might be best spot to start looking. Good to know. Nice. Thanks for the questions, everyone. Keep them coming. Sometimes I can't answer them perfectly, but I'll do my best. And for context, again, for people that are just tuning in, I did not make the keyboard, nor do I like work directly for the company. I'm just friends with them, and I stream every so often, showing off some of what the keyboard can do, how it sounds, and how I like to use it as an illustrator. So please feel free to ask questions, but there is a chance that I won't be able to answer them perfectly. Move on to another illustration. I'm gonna draw some size. What do we feel like drawing? Anybody see anything on this little artboard that they want to see get finalized? We got Krang. I feel like drawing maybe Casey or Bebop or Soda Can. Nice, Naomi. Great. Let's do Soda Can. Love that. Let's see how fast I can draw it out. When I'm drawing, when I'm live, everything's a little bit lazier, but you get the idea of it. I'm so glad you said Soda Can. I didn't feel like drawing another character. Mikey. All right, I'll do Mike after. I will, I promise. We'll draw Mikey. We'll do the Soda Can quick, and then we'll switch to Mikey. Mikey for Mikey. So a lot of my drawings, I don't really care about. I like detail, but certain details I don't care about. So I don't care what it says on the can. I just care that there's some sort of a word on it. Do some poppy sprite things jumping out of it. Some carbonation to show that it's extra fizzy. What's that on the left? Oh, sorry, Mystic, I missed you. On the left, this is the Creator Micro. They have a V2 of it coming out soon. I'll show you on my screen because I'm really excited about it. Where's it? Creator Micro. Where's the... What am I missing here? There's a V2 of it, and I am getting lost as to where it is. Let's see. Here it is. Yeah. So I have the V1 of this, which I believe is sold out, but if not, they are available for order, but I think it's sold out. I'm just gonna fix my camera a smidge. And the V2 is coming out pretty soon. I think it's shipping, I don't know when, soon, sometime this year. And I'm very excited for it because it basically, you can set up a bunch of different keyboard shortcuts or actions, or for me, I have a lot of it's not to do Command Control Option Shift S to save out a file in Illustrator. So I can just set that to one button on the Creator Micro. You can do a lot with it. You can do a lot with it. You can do a little bit with it. It also has a dial. The dial can click in. The wheel can scroll and click in. You can zoom in out of timelines. You can do undo and redo. Zooming in and out of artboards, changing brush sizes in Photoshop. I don't do much audio stuff, but I know there's a ton of people that use it for a lot of audio programs. But yeah, you basically can customize this to be whatever the heck you want it to be. And there's an input software that's going to be coming with the V2 that makes it really easy to configure. And yeah, I love this thing a lot. Right now I'm just using it to switch between scenes in OBS. It has a really nice clicky noise to it too. It's got a nice weight to it. I really love it. And the V2 is going to be really fun. I'm excited for it. Idrik, can I hear the keyboard sounds? Yeah, of course you can. Let me type something for you, Idrik. Hello, Idrik. This is... There. Now you've heard it. Mystic, hopefully I answered your question for what this is for. For now, for me, I'm just switching between scenes and OBS. But often I use it for a lot of stuff in Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop for keyboard shortcuts. What CAD program do I use? So Jacob, I don't, I'm just streaming as an illustrator. I don't make the keyboards, but a gentleman named Mattia does, and I believe he uses. I'm not sure. They show a lot of it in their reels and TikToks and stuff. I think he uses Rhino for a lot of like the 3D renders. The CAD stuff, it could be different. I'm not totally sure. But I believe they share a lot of what that is on their socials. And I know that in the past he's used Rhino for like renders, but that might be different from the CAD schematic-y stuff. Mystic, it's pre-ordered. Wait, did you just pre-order it? If you did, tell us your order number so that we can give you a free gift. Don't be a silly duck. Did you just pre-order it? Somebody else was saying they were ordering something too. It was... Where'd you go? I'm looking back in chat. Somebody was thinking about ordering. Oh yeah, Quinn. Quinn, we shipped to Canada. Let me know if you have other questions. It goes for anybody. Alright, we're almost done the soda can, Naomi. So, once we finish that, we can move over to Mikey for Mike. Let's color it. Naomi, if you're still here, what's your favorite kind of soda? Anyone else? What's your favorite kind of soda? But I'm going to wait for Naomi's preference first because they called out the desire to draw the soda can. And I will make the colors based on whatever that soda is, if I can remember what that soda is. My favorite soda is Mountain Dew. Hi Kirk, what's the free gift? Andani, and Danny. So hard to read people's users' names. The free gift is a surprise that I don't have access to the knowledge of, but I know that it is more than just like a little sticker or whatever. It's usually some cool stuff like desk mats or maybe key sets. Don't quote me exactly on those, but they're usually good gifts, or they're always good gifts. They're not like lame, like little small things. And if you let me know what your order is, if and when you order, I will make sure that you get a cute little gift or a big gift. Put in a good word for you. Coca-Cola or, whoa, Lucozade. I've never heard of Lucozade. Let me look. Is that European? Lucozade. Why am I so scared to Google things in front of you guys? Let's do it. Lucozade. Whoa, this drink is crazy. UK, that makes sense. Isn't that late for you over there? These are cool. I will not be drawing it, but I will do Coca-Cola. Does your products work with After Effects and Premiere Pro? Map, AJ. Yes, it does. Vitamalt, cool. Yeah. So these products all work with anything. Like they're all like fully customizable, like all the way. And they're getting more and more customizable as they continue to develop their own software called Input, which I can show you. So the software called Input that you're seeing on the screen in a moment here is how I customize all the keys for this keyboard. And I don't want to mess them up too much, but I set up all these different layers. So I have one for like Animate, I have one for After Effects, I have one for Final Cut, Photoshop, Illustrator, and then Mac OS. And they all have different little quirks to them, especially for like these little buttons here, and then the knobs. They all do different things depending on which layer I'm in. So for instance, in Illustrator, if I switch to my Illustrator preset, and then I go to, one of these, and I scroll up and down on this knob, it will change the weight, the stroke weight of the object that I have selected. Over here, I have opacity up and down, which will be hard for you to see, but I just can scroll to set the opacity up and down, and then I have undo and redo on the other one. But in After Effects, I have like zoom in and out of timeline, same thing with Final Cut, kind of same as Premiere. Lots of different ways you can use them. Have you tried the Framer Micro yet? No, I have not. Although it is, I believe, nearly identical to this micro. just with kind of a different coat of paint. So in a way, yes, I have, but I just don't have the... Oh wait, Framer, shoot, I was thinking of Figma, sorry. No, I have not tried the Framer one yet, but Michael showed me some of it. We were FaceTiming before this call, and he was showing me some of like the parts that he has in, and I want it so stinking bad. I can't wait to get it, and I need it. So yeah, I haven't used it yet, but I need it. Where are the Framer Creator micros being shipped? Oh, when? Sorry, gosh, my reading stuff. When? I'm not totally sure, Andre. I just spoke to Michael. Don't quote me on any of these because I don't want to like throw out a timeline and then have you guys be disappointed. But I know they're shipping this year. I think they're shipping. I want to say like fall. Could be earlier. I know that I think the knob is what's shipping next month, and then the Framer micros are probably short a little bit after that. But then there's the Nomad V2s, which are somewhere in between there. I don't totally know. Do Amazon order numbers count? Is it for a work ladder product, Mystic? If so, it's worth a shot, but I don't know. Also, do they have anything on Amazon? I came late. What device are you drawing on? I am drawing on the Nomad, the Nomad E. And, oh, what am I drawing on? Sorry, I'm drawing on a Wacom Move Ink, which is a very, very lightweight, cute little tablet by Wacom. W-A-C-O-M, Wacom. And I'm using my Nomad E. All right, I gotta make this thing into a Coke because somebody said that, but I'm loving all the questions, but I can't do both at once. So let's see. Let's choose a vintagey white, and then let's grab a black, red. And then I will look up at my screen in a moment. Order 2 framers, supposed to send out this September. Whoa, nice, 2 framers, hell yeah. Did you order them before? Have you given us your order number yet? I guess it's old news, because if you just order them, you better give me that order number. That's exciting. I'm pretty sure I have to order, I think I'm gonna order I want to order a Framer Micro, and I might do it on stream. Late September is when they're shipping. Nice, cool. That's soon. It'll be here before we know it. I hate how fast time flies, especially being somebody that lives in a colder climate. I want summer to stay forever, and so while I'm excited for these things to ship, I don't really want late September to be here. Any idea when the XYZ boards are being sent out? Mike might be able to answer that in chat as well as when the XYZ boards are being sent out. I believe they're being like shipped out the soonest. I'm pretty sure. I think they're like coming out pretty soon. You ordered one last week. Oh, nice. You're ordering everything. Hopefully you're sending order numbers during the live streams. And if you haven't, send them to me so that we can make sure. Because if we haven't shipped it out yet, then, or if they haven't shipped it out yet, they can probably throw in a gift for you. And if we already have the order number, it's fine. It'll just be a duplicate. So send over those order numbers. I guess what I'm trying to say is give me your order numbers, everybody. This does not look like a Coke, but that's fine. It's not really the entire point. We're gonna move on soon. Coke has white letters, that's for sure. Pre-order ETAs are found below the pre-order buttons. That makes a lot of sense. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, if anyone has questions about when things are going to ship out, it's all on the site, and that's also a note to me, for me to know. Let's see. Okay, so the framers are shipping out late September, which is the thing that I still need to place my order for, and I want that. XYZ boards are shipping in August, which is very soon. And the Nomad 2 is, okay, Q4. Okay, so those are going to be a little bit more time. And the Knob is shipping August. Oh yeah, those should ship next month. That's exciting. I think I'm getting a Knob as well. So if you have questions about when things are shipping, you can totally ask me, and now I have the tools to be able to answer for you. Or, of course, you can go to the site and check it out. All right, we got a soda can, which has very little to do with Ninja Turtles. We got to draw Mikey from Mike. He asked it. Let's do it. Let's do this Mikey. This one's fun. He's kind of doing like a helicopter fight. Are you guys looking for more stream partners? And if so, how do I sign up? Calvin, I believe we are. My guess would be through Discord or DMing the Work Ladder account to let us know that you're interested. Again, I'm not in charge of that, but I think they're still looking for more people. So I would say send us a DM or through Discord, messaging Mike or the Work Ladder account, and see if you're the fit that they need. They're very responsive on social. That was how I got introduced to the world of it, was just DMing with the Work Ladder account on Instagram, which was Mike, and Mike was like really great at like becoming a friend of mine. It's really nice. Now we're like good friends, and it's really sweet because I get to work with friends. I say the word work and I start thinking about all the like projects that I have to have done soon. I'm getting a little bit behind on my freelance jobs. It's a problem for tomorrow, I suppose. Ships international. Mark, yes, totally ships worldwide. Everything ships worldwide. I think the only one that like we need like a specific, like you have to DM us for is Brazil, because there's like some weird, it needs to be like a custom order, but it's not a big problem. You just need to DM the Work Ladder account. But otherwise, ships worldwide, yes. If there's trouble with that, you know, just DM us, let us know. It should work. Where do I find the Discord? Is it in the TikTok bio? Calvin, let's see about that. Work Ladder Discord. Oh boy. I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's see where can we find the Work Ladder Discord? Maybe it's in the footer. I think it's in the footer of the website. So if you go to workladder.cc, down in the footer, there's a Discord there. That's probably the best spot to get it. But it's probably also in their like link in bio, stuff like that. Not entirely sure, but I think I would start with the link in bio, but worst case, just go to workladder.cc, and then down in the footer, there's a link to their Discord. But I mean, you can also just like DM the Instagram or TikTok account probably too. And again, I'm not entirely sure if they're still looking for content creators for streaming, but I don't think it ever hurts. I think they are. Order number 22041. Hell yeah. That is exciting. Mike is awesome. I started interacting on YouTube asking about accessibility issues as I have HV, a traumatic brain injury. Plus, I really wanted the creator board, but always sold out. Okay, well, what did you just order? We just got order number. Let me make sure I drop that in, copy it. Make sure that we get you a gift. Yeah, Mike is really fantastic. That's part of why I really enjoy working and supporting this team. It's just because both Mike and Mattia and the whole crew, everybody I've interacted with at the company, and it's just a really small company. They're all really sweet, kind, and passionate. Like, they care. They really, like, truly, like, Mike and I were talking before the stream, and he was showing me all, like, the stuff that they're working on, and it's just, like, truly geeking out. And I was, too, and I was, like, so stoked at, like, just showing me, like, all the colors of the switches and all this stuff, and it's just, like, yeah, it's really nice to see passionate people working on things that they love. And I say that with a lot of privilege of being somebody that's also able to, like, work on a lot of stuff that I really love and enjoy, and it's just, like, so, yeah, so nice. And not everybody gets to do that, so it's really nice to see that some people are able to. Did you order a Nomad? What did you order? Or was it the micro? Oh, my music took a turn for the cringe. I don't like it. I'm skipping. Oh yeah, here's a cool thing. I have one of my keys set so that when I, well boy, I have this key, my little eyeball, set to play and pause, and then if I double tap, it skips track, and if I like click and hold, it mutes, and then play and pause as well. Which I don't know how loud the music is for you guys to hear, but it's really nice to be able to just double tap and move over to the next track. Oh shit, my face is showing. There's my drawing. You're using Wacom. Have you used an iPad Pro? If so, how do you find them? Yeah, I have an iPad charging over on my desk. I have a lot of trinkets and stuff. But yeah, I use an iPad Pro as well. To me, they're two different things. Is it necessary to have both of them? Probably not. But I like using my Wacom, the Move Ink here, just because I really love my shortcuts and I like working in my software that I love, which is Illustrator and Photoshop. But there is also a lot of times where I just want to like sketch in Procreate or Fresco or something on the iPad, and it's really fantastic as well. You know, I think you know what you're getting with both of them. You know, the Wacom is really dedicated to drawing, whereas the iPad, you know, you can watch movies and play games on as well, but the prices change accordingly. But yeah, I mean, I basically back both of them super hard and really enjoy them both. But I'm not dismissing your questions or anything. I'm happy to answer more specific questions. In fact, I would love to. Mystic, this keyboard is I think $349. Is that right? Let's see. Well, you would get the Nomad E2, $359, because I think the Nomad E version 1 is sold out. Yes, except I think French is the only one that still has some left. But $359, and this one is shipping in Q4, I think. Yeah, a couple months. Can you hear sound test of the keyboard, Calvin? Absolutely, yes you can. There you go. Is that good? That's me typing a little bit loud. What about Procreate? Shortcuts with Micro Nomad. I gotta learn how to say your name. Sorry. I'm gonna say your name and then you tell me if it's good or not. Andani? Or is it just Danny? Or is it and Danny? Or is it and? I'm gonna go with Andani. Andani art. What about Procreate? Procreate's great. I use it for sketching. I don't really finish a lot of work in Procreate, but I usually would just like sketch things out. Like this drawing was probably sketched in Procreate, and then it's coming into Illustrator after that. And shortcuts with the Micro. So with the Nomad, I have opacity up and down. I have undo, redo, and I have stroke weight up and down for these different knobs. And then down here, I have a lot of Pathfinder tools. And I have a couple other like little quirks, like I have my tilde key set to caps lock because I never use caps lock and stuff like that. In Photoshop, I have brush sizes, brush hardness, and reordering layers up and down over here. And then these are set to certain macros that I have of like create a new, like basically actions, like create a new layer and rename it and push enter so it all happens at once, and like cutting and pasting and stuff over here. And then over here, I haven't fully dialed it in yet because I got this, I got the Micro first, and I tried to put every shortcut possible on this, and I think I was overloading it. So then I got the keyboard, and I put everything on that, and I'm working really well. So now I'm focusing on just putting like very special shortcuts on the Micro, things like centering on artboards I use in Illustrator. Right now I have it set up for switching scenes in OBS, the streaming software I'm using, so I don't want to mess around with it too much, but I think next stream I'm going to try to dial this in a little bit more so I can show you how I use it. But this I mostly use for like sophisticated keyboard shortcuts that I use less often, and then over here I have like my really frequent shortcuts. Mystic sound test. I can do a sound test. Here's a sound test for you. How do the keys feel? Mystic, so I'm not like the most picky with keyboards overall. Oh, aesthetically I definitely am, but like as far as like, I know there's a lot of opinions about keys. I love these keys. Like I like the square, like they feel great. There's like these subtle dips in them that help me find home really nicely. I really enjoy them a lot. I have white and black versions of the keys and I think they're great. Yeah, I have no issues. It took me, when I first got it, I thought I was gonna like kind of get thrown for a loop, but it took me like, I don't know, probably by the end of the day, I was like back, ready, used to it. I use a MacBook Pro for what it's worth, so I think like maybe I'm somewhat familiar with the more square keys. The new one, the V2, they're using a different key, and I believe they're interchangeable keys, so you can use these with the old and the new and stuff like that. But they're a little bit of a different type of key, and I can highlight that here. You can see them maybe down below a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah, they're more of like this double shot, PPP, PBP, PBT, backlit. These words mean more to you all than they do to me. I don't really know like a ton about everything. But look how beautiful. I can't wait to get this one too. I'm gonna be a hoarder. Order number I Plus Studio 22193. Hell yeah, nice, sick. I Plus Studio. I am grabbing that order number. And thank you. What did you get? Did the Work Louder team send you those to collab with them, or did you buy them? Calvin, I bought these keyboards. I worked with Work Louder to work on their Keybogachi, which is this little buddy that goes in the keyboard. So they commissioned me to work on this, doing some character design for this character. And in lieu of partial payment, they gave me that, but it was effectively cash to me. Like I took a little bit less cash on the project to have this. So to me, I don't think that's any sort of fib to say I bought this. And I bought the micro as well, and I'm buying all the other things as well. I didn't think I'd keep buying so many things, but every time they come out with something, I like it. So yeah, I'm buying them. Thanks for the in-depth answer. You are so welcome. Any other questions I'm happy to answer. How long does 3D printed, or how does the 3D printed board work? What am I buying if I get it? Melly. So great question. And you're getting a keyboard that works and totally works. If you get the Lego style, you're building it yourself, but it's not like an intricate, like this isn't like soldering or anything. You're just screwing it together. This is what I ordered and I'm getting like the pre-built or the non-pre-built. But yeah, you're getting a keyboard. You're just getting, it's a 40% keyboard. So it's relatively small, as in the number, basically the numbers are shared with QWERTY. So you have to hold down a key to get to 1, an exclamation mark and stuff like that. But they're really small and cute, and I'm excited to get mine. I've never used a 40% before. But you're getting a fully functioning keyboard. Yeah, and they're 3D printing the parts, and there's a live feed. I think maybe Mike's done printing for the night, but this is a live feed of the 3D printer that's printing the parts for it. So yeah, you're getting a proper keyboard. You're just getting a little tiny one. Just be aware that it's like a uniquely small size. Have you used the new Meteor Player widget yet? Legendary Testing Wizard. Just like for a second on stream, I started using it because I installed the update, I think last night, and it's working great. It's crazy. I'm looking at it now, and yeah, it pulls the artwork and shows all of the data that you need to see about it. And it's like not the easiest way to like show you everything, but yeah, it's working great. And like when I skip tracks, it'll skip and show the next track and all of that. It's really exciting. Yeah, but I'm new to it. I haven't fully used it yet, but I see that it's working, and I'm really glad about it because I think they also they have like skip track built in here now. So maybe I have to like change my media key because I had a media key set up here to change track and stuff that I customized, but now with the media player on the screen, you can switch it all through here. So might be time for me to change up my keyboard shortcuts again, which frees up this key for something else, which is nice. Mystic, I'm nervous about spending my teenage money on a $350 keyboard. I can get a monitor and a half for that price. Can you zoom in and tell us what the screen does? Mystic, I totally can. And also there's no pressure to make a purchase that's, out of your budget. I'll never pressure anybody to do that. I love my keyboard a lot, and let me switch to full screen so I can speak to you authentically. No, the point was to go here. So yeah, like don't buy it if you can't afford it, of course. It's a higher price keyboard for sure. I think it's totally worth it, but you don't have to, and of course you know that. But I also really love it a lot. They also do have in the Discord, people buy and sell used and old ones when they upgrade and stuff like that, or if they just find that the keyboard doesn't fit them for some reason. So there are used ones that sometimes are a little bit cheaper. So you might want to look on there too if you're like hesitant on buying. But anyway, there's that. So you asked about the screen. So let me go full screen here, and I can try to show a little bit more about the screen. So there is what's called a Pomodoro timer. I'll see how well I can do all this. So you can change all the settings. It has RGB lighting, which I have turned down a lot. Clock set and all that type of stuff, and turn up and down display brightness. And then you have here, which shows obviously the time, but also which preset you're on. So you can see like this little bit is turning blue. So I have like a Photoshop preset, I have an Illustrator preset, Final Cut, After Effects. So this change, as I switch between these, as I push this key and then I just have them set to QWERTY, it will basically change what shortcuts are on, because I want different keyboard shortcuts for different apps that I have open. And then we have wallpaper, which you can change, customize however you want. I just have a little sun character. And then the Pomodoro timer is fun because it's like basically for working like in deep thought. So you do like 25-minute work session on and then 5-minute break, and you can customize this to be whatever you want. But it's really great for people that have like kind of focus issues, which is someone like me. It just like sets a timer, okay, work, and then it'll buzz to let you know to stop working. And then the Kibagachi, which is obviously my personal favorite. This is the character that I worked on with Work Louder. They commissioned me as a character designer to work on, and she's great. And when you hold shift, she crouches down just like in a video game. And when you put caps locks on, she screams. There's a bunch of other like cute little Easter eggs, and we have more ideas that we're going to do in the future. So that's the screen. And then they just released yesterday a media widget that shows currently playing through Spotify or Apple Music, and I think YouTube as well, and shows the cover art and information about the song and the music. Hopefully that's helpful, Mystic. Thanks for the answer, Melly. I may get one of those. I love the size. Yeah, to me, Melly, it was like kind of a no-brainer to just order that. Albeit, I speak from privilege of like being able to afford that without overthinking it too much. But like, yeah, I feel like for the price, it was like, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna get that. I want it. And I don't even 100% sure, like, I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be fun for like gaming, because I recently built a PC, like a Windows PC to play video games on. And I think having the ortholinear setup for WASD is going to be nice. And then it's just like, it's so small that it can just like fit on the desk really nicely, and it looks cool. So it was a no-brainer for me. I bought it quickly. Catching back up on chat, everybody. Eratev, what's the keyboard? This is a Work Louder Nomad V1 that I'm using. And then over here is the Creator Micro. These are available for pre-order. The V1 is sold out. They sold out kind of quick, I think. And then the V2 is shipping in Q4. And I love it. I use it every day to do all my illustration and design in. Let me know if you have specific questions about it. Buy and sell is great. Yep, lots of people in from various locations. Yeah, legendary. It's that I'm always keeping an eye on that because I have friends that want to buy this keyboard that like aren't like into keyboards like crazy, so they don't want to spend the full amount yet. So I'm like always like grabbing keyboards from the buy and sell in there for cheaper and getting them for friends. But if you find someone in your area, my keyboard's on the desk next to my bed. It's great, legendary. Mystic does have a key for Windows. Yeah, it does. So I have mine set up for Command, but it comes with both Windows and Mac, Mac OS keys. So it has interchangeable ones, and it comes with both of them. So yes, Mystic, it does. The answer is yes. Do they say keyboards in Spanish with a letter? And Tozaka, they do have Spanish layouts. Let's go to the Nomad, for instance. So they have Spanish, which I believe has a specific key set for the Spanish layout. You might want to double check on the website. My answer is I think so, because that's why we have like they have Nordic and German and Italian, and the keys are all specific to it. So the answer is 95% sure yes to me. Yeah, Windows and Alt go in the box like Legendary said. Thanks, Legendary. All right, let's try to get back to doing a little bit of drawing, but thanks for the questions. Keep them coming. Yes, it does. So Spanish, good. Yes, that is confirmed by Mr. Mike there, who is the co-owner and CEO and knows the answer to everything, especially the stuff that I don't know. A reminder to anybody that places an order, please do give me your order number so I can make sure you get a gift. I won't disclose exactly what the gifts are because I don't exactly know, but you know, the larger the order, the larger the gift, and you know, the gifts are not lame. They're like legitimate cool things. So if you're already ordering or thinking about ordering, now's the time to do it because you'll get something for it for streaming with me, and everyone will be happy. We already got a couple orders tonight. I'm such a geek. I'm watching at my birthday dinner in Posh Steakhouse. I understand. Well, you know, enjoy your dinner. It's your birthday dinner. Happy birthday. Enjoy your dinner. Enjoy your birthday. We'll be here after too, but also you're totally free to hang out, and we can keep you company on your birthday. But there'll be plenty of streams too, so you won't miss out. If you want to go enjoy a birthday dinner. Are you having steak? Are you having prime rib? Are you having filet mignon? Are you having a ribeye? Skirt steak? Can't believe how many steaks I used to work at a restaurant, so I know some of them. I don't eat steak, but I know the names. A flat iron steak. Did I say skirt steak already? Keep the questions coming, fellas. I'll focus on drawing for a minute and keep my eyes looking up. Good night from Egypt. Good night. Sweet dreams. Love the keyboard, Caleb. Nice. Thanks. Bro is still streaming. Of course I am. I'm drawing and streaming. Bro is still watching. Thanks for still watching, Josh. Josh, Iwa. Good morning from... Turkey? I don't know flags. I'll never know flags. But good morning, Texan. You're definitely somewhere way east of me to get to morning. I'm streaming from East Coast, so it's about 9 o'clock right now. Yeah, where's everyone streaming or watching from? Seems like a good, healthy mix of not all America. In fact, I don't even know if there's a lot of Americans streaming. Yeah, where are you all watching from? I say streaming, I mean watching. Although I guess you're streaming the feed. East Coast, nice. North Carolina. Victoria. Welcome, Victoria. We've seen your name before. Thanks for being here. Welcome to the East Coast crew, I guess. Canada, legendary. Hello from Canada. I just remembered the other day that I think I'm only like a 4-hour drive from Montreal because I wanted to shake Mike down for some keyboards. So I was like, I can just drive to his house and get it. Right, let's get some eyeballs in on Mikey. We're gonna make him kind of doofy looking.
Ooh, good morning from Ireland. Nishona. Good morning from Ireland. Good morning from Maine. Go visit him.
Maybe someday I will. Especially now that Mattia's over there too. I can see them both. That'd be fun.
Mike, will you have me? Cool keyboard. Thanks, Ned. N3D. I'm gonna call you Ned.
Thanks for saying that. It is the Work Louder Nomad E. They're sold out,
But there's a V2 coming out.
available for pre-order now, that are shipping in a little while, a couple months, that I think I'm gonna also get. I can always gift my old one to a friend. But yeah, it is here on worklouder.cc. So I'm working on this keyboard, the Nomad E, which is mostly sold out, and I'm using the graphite color right now, but I have white as well, and I also have purple. I am addicted to all the different colors, and now the Nomad E2 is available for pre-order, which has some cool upgrades. And I'm just now seeing that they have these like clear look at these colors. I need another one. I'm just gonna keep buying keyboards. I never thought I'd be the type to like just keep buying keyboards because I don't like, I wasn't even into keyboards until I saw this company, and now I'm like fully geeked out on these. So now here I am just like buying keyboards all the time, which is fine. I really love. I'm so excited about these. So
Anyway, that's where I'm at. I hate that when I push shift and enter that it sends a message. I get it. Cool artwork. Thanks, nobody.
drawing Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles. Ever heard of it? Who here has ever heard of Ninja Turtles? It's pretty underground. Literally. Thanks. I drew a foot soldier so far, and I drew Donnie side-eyeing and smirking, and now I'm drawing Mikey being a little wacky fella. See if we can get some color in soon on it. Just need
some of the stuff. Let me just say night-night to my partner real quick. Texting up above. Hopefully you guys aren't seeing my texts. Oh, now I'm checking on other texts. Oh man, I got people asking me to play Peak. I would love that. But I'm streaming, baby.
clear cases look retro. Yeah, Ned, I've got a clear, I don't think I'm gonna be able to grab it in time because I don't want to waste.
You know what? Hang on a second. I'm gonna grab. All right, everyone, hold on. I'll put on this camera so you can watch me run to. I'm gonna go grab another color so you can see. One sec.
So my other colors. Whoa, my camera's like following me around. It's great. What's up, everyone? Let's see if I have more colors here. Here's my purple one. I kind of want to put this back on, but... And then I also have a white one. Hold on. I have white. Yeah, I'll put them here. And then I also used an old white one that I had and customized it and painted it today. Too bad Dave's not in the chat. But I did a custom green. Put it down here maybe. To match my studio walls color. I color matched it myself and I'm like not great with paint colors, but I feel like it came out pretty good. But we guys sanded it down and stuff and made it kind of like rough, so it's not like perfect, but it looks kind of sick. So now I have 4 colors. You have Shredder on there yet? Legendary. I don't have Shredder sketched out because he intimidates me, but we'll see what we can do.
I might have a shredder sketch somewhere else. What kind of tablet is that? Third. This is a Wacom Move Ink, made by Wacom, W-A-C-O-M, and I love it very much, just like I love all of Wacom's products, honestly. Tablet is pretty slick. Thanks, guys. Gray looks nice. Yeah.
Sorry, now I'm just like staring at
all my colors. All right, let's get back to drawing. Command Creator Micro is sold out. Yes, it is. Get the Figma V2 or the Framer Micro is the new version. Let's hop back into my screen so I can show you. To Nishonage. I don't know how to say anyone's name. But check out the Framer Creator Micro is the V2 and it has Bluetooth, wireless, so sick. And I want this so bad. I'm gonna order it. It's just a matter of like me waiting. I'm like, I don't know what I'm waiting for. I should just order this thing. I might order it on stream. Who here wants me to order this on stream? Is that fun for you to watch me spend money? Hold on. I gotta shut my door as well because like a bug's coming in because it's nighttime. Hang on. Door shut. Let's see, where are we at? Love the white. Yeah, the white is probably my favorite one. Runs Windows. Third, yeah, it totally runs Windows. And it comes with Windows keys. Like I have Command on it because I'm running Mac, but it completely runs Windows and Linux. 100%, absolutely, yes. Firmware Micro Pro is wireless. Yep. Order now. Nice. If you order now, I'll order now. Let me know what your order number is if you order it, because we will throw in a free gift. And I might go ahead and order mine because I just need to, and like they're shipping kind of soon, and I just want to make sure. I just don't know. I definitely want wireless. I think I want clicky switches, and I'm gonna get. I think I need atomic purple for a dial. Yeah, of course I need atomic purple to match my damn atomic purple shell. But also like white, clear. I want all the different colors. All right, I'm just gonna get purple for now. And as long as I don't dox myself, let's just place the order. Anyone here with me? That calculator thing, what's it do? Third, you must be asking Third about this here? I'll wait on a response because I'm not sure if you're talking about the screen here, if you're talking about this. Whoa, we got an order. 214030. Right on, nice. I got you VXVR. We'll make sure we get you a gift. What'd you order? If I didn't select any dial color, would it come by default? That's a good question. Nishonage? So I believe everything comes with the Framer Blue by default, and then you get an additional accessory, and it adds a small price of $5 to get another dial with it. So if you don't get one, I think you'll get blue. I'm pretty sure. What was the order that you got? If you are cool with sharing. The one on the screen looks similar. Oh, yeah, so, okay. Third. Yeah, so it is similar. So I got this a couple of years ago. But it's a Work Louder Creator Micro. They're just sold out. I'm almost positive they're sold out now. You can only get them secondhand. This one's from 2022. And I use it to do a lot of my like shortcuts, basically my keyboard shortcuts that I don't want to like Command Shift Alt S to save in Illustrator is like a crazy command. So I just set it to one thing, or I set it to certain actions like centering things on artboards. The only reason why I'm not like experimenting with it a ton right now is just because I'm using it for I am using it to switch my OBS, so I don't. You know what? Fine, let's figure it out. Let's try to demo it in Illustrator a little bit. I just haven't used it in a while because I'm like mid setting it back up. But let's see if we switch around. So yeah, so I have all these different like shortcuts. Like this one centers things, and then I have undo on the knob. I have move in front and behind, like layers set to this scrolling wheel. And then I have like centering, let's see, centering, whatever. I have a bunch of different things set to this. And the Framer version of it is just a new Pro version that has wireless Bluetooth and a couple other cool features. Like instead of this dial, it has like a joystick that you can select a bunch of different things from. It's really neat. I might order it. What's the work board do? Let's see what you are asking about. Thanks for your patience, everyone. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, and it's excitingly kind of cruising forward. So the work board, Mystic, this is a 40%, and 40% are pretty small. It's probably like about like this. Like it's much smaller than the Nomad, and they're 3D printing the parts for them. There's a live feed of the 3D printer here. It looks like it stopped printing, but yeah, they're printing the parts in Canada and then shipping it to you, whether it's pre-built or Lego style. So Lego style is you assemble it yourself, and you get a little cute little 40% keyboard. Just be aware that it's 40%, which is the size, which is like relatively small. I think I ordered one, and I'm gonna use it for like video games basically. So not a ton of typing, but more just like using it for games. It's possibly the blue publish button in my order. Yeah, I believe. It's so difficult for me to say your name. I'm so sorry. Andani. I believe the orders all come with the blue publish button by default. So where are we at? Frame Recruiter Micro. So they come with the blue publish button. I think maybe just for the Pro. You might be better at reading than I am, but I'm pretty sure it comes, yeah, included Framer icon key set. So it comes with the publish button. When do you expect to ship those? Don't know which one you're referring to, but all the shipping dates or the expected shipping dates are under the pre-order button. So these Framer micros are shipping late September. Shortcut pad, third. Yeah, it's a shortcut pad, but it's super customizable. You can basically set it to do a ton of different things. Like for a while I was using it to like do everything in Illustrator, but lately I'm doing it for more like specific shortcuts. But I have certain shortcuts for After Effects, Premiere Pro, all that type of stuff. I'd love to get 2 publish buttons. Kirk, here's my order for 2 wireless frame. All right, we're gonna put gifts in for you. All right, let me make sure I'm getting order numbers. I'm gonna start pasting order numbers in. Yep. Taking screenshots of order numbers as well. Right now I'm just going through and grabbing order numbers for everyone, just so I don't miss them. You got 2 pros, like a clear as well as an extra. I am so happy for you that you made that order. Nice. Stoked. Is one for a gift for somebody? You got 2. Hope you guys will sell at a more comfortable price in the future. Volcanic. Yeah, that's fair. They can be an uncomfortable price. I think that's a good way to say it. Part of that effort is them working on the XYZ line. So these are 98 or 89 if you build it yourself. And they're 3D printed parts, and they're using leftover circuit boards from the creator boards from a while ago. And this is kind of their first step in foyer into like trying to create things that are a little bit more, accessible to people. So I ordered one of these, and I'm excited to get it. But it's only $89, which feels pretty damn comfortable to me. But that's a subjective thing, of course. Does it have the numbers on the top? So Mystic, the not sure which board if you're talking about the work board, the numbers are shared with Q, so you have to use like the function key to get to the numbers. That's the unique thing about the work board, is it's that small. It basically doesn't have the row of number things. My Nomad here totally has everything except obviously like it doesn't have a numpad on the side, but it's got all my full keyboard. Let's see, trying to keep up. Sorry guys. XYZ doesn't have a num row, so you access it with function. Exactly, Legendary. Thank you. Thank you. It's possible for the device to work with USB cable sending data. No need for a USB receiver. Davey, so I've got mine running with a USB Type C. Yes. The answer is yes. I'm not sure which keyboard you're talking about specifically, though. But I believe I think every board you could possibly get on Work Ladder works with USB if you wanted it that way instead. So my answer is yes to your question, Davey. I think the Logitech 40% is better. Mystic. Okay, nice. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but maybe it is. Maybe it's not. What makes you think it's better? Do you have one? Back to drawing a little wee bit. Keep the questions coming though. 2 macros. I have amnesia, my brain injury, so I need 2 separate art shortcuts for film. Interesting. I don't mean to fetishize the thing, but that's a really interesting perspective. Amnesia and brain injury, so I need 2 separate art shortcuts for film. So do you do your editing in like Final Cut or Premiere Pro or something? That's fascinating. I'm glad. I hope that the tool can help you out. That would be a really great use case. Davey, you're welcome. My pleasure. Hopefully I answered it clearly. Let me know if you need more clarity. I can bumble my way through it a little bit more. All right, let's add some color to Mikey here. I'm just gonna make a duplicate of it. Start color dropping some stuff just to get some basic colors in. Just to get a base. Let's get that shell color, and let's get that front shell color. And we'll rearrange a bit so we can cut. So this one, I'm using the scroll wheel, basically just to move the art in front and in back of other things, basically layers. Can be really helpful sometimes. Got a Jet Fam Day dinner. They ain't impressed. Enjoy dinner. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for hanging out. Congrats on the purchases. Got your order numbers. We'll make sure that we get it all sorted for you. Taking screenshots. All right, let's get Mikey's orange bandana here. A little warmer on the orange, maybe a little desaturated, a little darker. Here we go. That feels about right. Are you an animator? Yeah, I do animation as well. I work in animation a lot. The amount of actual animation that I do is less and less because I usually hire animators. But yeah, I do animation, illustration, some design. Hello, hi over there on TikTok. So what's so special about this? I've been seeing these a lot recently. Landon. What's so special about this? So I guess you must be asking about the keyboard itself. Maybe you're asking about this. I will talk about both. Mostly what's special about it is for me, my primary, so I didn't make them. I just stream with Work Ladder sometimes. And I'm a big fan and sometimes collaborator. And I love the aesthetic first and foremost. That's like my favorite thing about the Work Ladder products. And I love their like build quality. They feel good, they feel heavy, they click nice, all those things I really like. There's a lot of functionality to them too as well. These dials I have set to different things in Adobe Illustrator. You can customize them for any app that you use, like Final Cut Pro or Logic, things like that, Photoshop, or Express, whatever, Google Slides and all the stuff that people use. I have mine set to like change opacities, change brush sizes and stuff like that. I also have shortcuts down here on these buttons. And then over here, I basically have more shortcuts. Right now I'm mostly using it for switching between my scenes, but I have it for a whole bunch of other things as well. So that's what's special about these to me. Hey, I'm back. Welcome back. You just ordered. What'd you order? Why would you not give me your order number? Silly goose. What did you order? Tell me your order number so we can give you a gift. Gotta get you a little gift. I'm gonna give Mikey like a big goofy smile. We're going off script a little bit here and just getting weird with it. Creator Micro Framer, yay, cool. Got your order number. Copying it, taking a screenshot of it. Yay, yay, yay. Congrats. Did you get an extra dial? And if so, which one did you get? Oh yeah, I was gonna place my order. I still want to, I just keep getting distracted with, I keep getting distracted with drawing and answering your lovely questions. Here we go. We're getting somewhere finally. We're working faster. Art's not meant to be good all the time. It's meant to be fun as often as it can be. For me. So I get this goofy character going. Edit video on a GoPro, what would you recommend? What software do you use to edit the GoPro footage? Or are you doing editing in the GoPro? I don't think you can do that, but I could be wrong. Which editing software do you use? Use Final Cut Pro or Premiere or DaVinci Resolve? White dial, it'll match us. Nice. White dial is like, yeah, kind of a no-brainer. I think I was ramping up to get purple. I think I might get purple and white. Because I got all these dang colors here, so like, I gotta get a purple one, I gotta get a white one, I gotta get a black one. And probably need a clear one too, so that's that. We need elbow pads on these babies. Let's do this thing. This Michelangelo's coming out so goofy. It's great. Here we go. What if I have an order number yet? You gotta get yourself an order number. You need a hint of how you can get an order number? You gotta order something. You don't have to order anything, but if you're thinking about placing an order, it's wise for you to do it while you're on stream so we can get you a gift.
but I don't pressure people into that type of stuff. I'm just here to help. But if you got questions about what you think you might want to place for an order, let me know. I can talk through it. It would be my honor. It would be my pleasure. If you could order something, what would you order? Let's play that game. Everybody that is in chat, if you could get one thing from the shop, the Work Louder shop, what would you get? And what would you use it for? I gotta move this arm so I can get a better silhouette of the face. This might work. If I put it down here, that's working. Just duplicate these, bring them on over here. Now we got 2 nunchucks flying around. Yeah, that'll work. Creator 2. Yeah, same. What would you use it for, Lorenzo? Also, I feel like if I could have something on my desk right now today, it would probably be, I think it'd be the knob keyboard. I'm really curious to see that in person. I think it's gonna be really nice. Like, yeah, I don't know, I just really love this board. I think it's beautiful. This one is like shipping soon, like next month. I think if I could conjure one thing into my head, it would be this. I think it came out really nice. Anybody else? Alright, we're almost done with Mikey. It's not my best drawing by any stretch of the imagination, but it's fun. It's silly. Let's do some turtle shell shapes in here. I don't know. Wait, that's like hexagons? That'll do. Let's add some shadows. I'm gonna look up at chat soon, and there better be a lot of people saying what they want, what their wishes are, what their Christmas list is. Don't disappoint me. Slava Ukraini, yes. Is your name Soup? Is that Soup? I know a very, very, very small amount of Ukrainian, or rather, I kind of can read Cyrillic. I think this is, I think it's Soup, or Sewer. No, Sewer or Soup. I don't know. Slava Ukraini, for sure. Creator Board XL. Whoa, no, you want the Creator Board XL? You like the old retro stuff? That's cool. Tight. I think you could probably find. I feel like those sometimes are on eBay. I've been like keeping my eye on them because I think they're sold out otherwise. But they're on eBay. But digital illustration work. I might see if it'd work with my setup. Oh, nice. Same as me. Yeah, I mean, I love working in with my keyboard on my left hand and then drawing. I have like a larger Wacom stylus over on the other desk that I think I'll stream from that next time. But yeah, it works really well for digital illustration for me, for what it's worth. Working in Illustrator and Photoshop predominantly. I'm not gonna be able to figure this shell out, so I'm giving up right now. Why did slide out keyboard phone cases disappear? I don't know, but I think it was for the best. Or maybe not, I don't know. You know, I will agree that like I liked being able to like
type on my phone without looking at it way easier when there was like physical buttons. Now that we don't have the physical buttons, it is harder to type without looking. Like I still basically every day get frustrated with typing on my phone. Like in some capacity, I'm always like, fuck, this is annoying. And it's been like, I don't know, 15 years of me using an iPhone. I'm still like every day like, ugh, I hate typing on my phone. All right, there's Mikey. Mikey for Mike. All right, Mikey for Mike. What else we got? We got a foot soldier. What have we drawn tonight so far? Have we done anything useful? We drew Mikey. We drew foot soldier. We drew Donnie looking goofy. We had a Technodrome. And we got, oops. Oh, we got a Coke can. Right. That was almost relevant. And we got Krang started, which I don't know. We can color that in pink real quick. Let's expand our artboard out. Coloring Krang. Choose a little pink for Krang. I will stop streaming probably in like 15 minutes or so. I got a snack in the other room that's just like calling my name. Krang. Can you scroll the dial? I just want to hear the sounds. Yeah, I can. I've got a couple different dials I can scroll. So this one here, right up against the mic. It's gonna be quiet. Let me turn. I don't know if the music's loud, but that's this one. And then this one's real soft. I'm like undoing and redoing a bunch of stuff on the screen, but oh well. This one clicks as well. This one clicks as well. And these are pretty quiet. These ones. Control Clip Studio and Procreate. Yeah, Lorenzo, that makes sense. I use my iPad with Sidecar quite a bit. I do a lot of work with Wacom, so I use a lot of their products. I've been using their products for years and years before I worked with them, but now I'm like really bound to them because we work together often. Sato keyboards were, yeah, they were definitely a vibe. The Ghost of the Rain. Hello. Hello. Welcome. Expand artboard hotkey. Oh, Rocket Main. That was something I don't know if I used it enough that I would want to be. It's Command Shift H, and it didn't expand it. What I did is I hid artboards altogether, which I do sometimes. So I just don't work with artboards sometimes. So it's Command Shift H, and that I don't think I use it quite so often that I would want to put it on one of these, but it could be an ideal candidate for a shortcut over there. But I was saying like often I do like center both things together. So if I'm on my, centering is helpful. Sometimes I just need to center one way, but then sometimes I need to center top and bottom. So I use that. I'm trying to think of what else I have on here. I have the array I use sometimes here, just to set up an array. And I forget what some of these other ones actually honestly are because it's been a while. I have mask, clipping mask because it's like Command Shift Option 7 or something. I have all of my pathfinders, and like this is for union, this is for cut front, and then whatever the other one is, the divide, I guess it's called, maybe, I don't know. And then I have this one is just for shape builder tool. I think I have like new layer here, yep. And then I have export to assets or whatever for one of these other ones. So Illustrator is mostly like these like shortcutty or like actions on this, and then over here are all my shortcuts. ASMR, yeah. What do you need for ASMR? I got you. Food is the call of siren. It's like I have this like it's like a cookie sandwich thing with like frosting in the middle that I'm like I can't stop thinking about. Is it possible to install normal switches instead of low profile? Maybe. I know these are very like customizably friendly. I mean, Legendary might honestly be somebody that seems like they can answer more of the technical questions than myself. But I don't know. My answer is I don't know, but I'm sure the Discord, they have talked about this ad nauseum. And I know that Work Ladder tends to try to be as like DIY friendly as they can be. That's my answer. I keep petitioning, welcome to make a weighted skinny pencil. I'm too used to the weight of the Apple Pencil. Yeah, these are definitely a bit light. I've gotten really used to them, but every time I use the Apple Pencil, I'm like, oh yeah, these are really nice. But yeah, I think this could use a little bit more heft to it. I would agree. I have a call with Wacom tomorrow. I'll mention it to them. Which means nothing. They don't listen to me that well. But I do have a call with them tomorrow. Or Tuesday, I think I have a call with them. Also, here's fun news that I'll share with you all as a bunch of people on the internet. I have a call with the Celtics tomorrow about a potential gig. And I'm really excited about it. So there's that. Like the NBA Celtics. Alright, Krang. Let's finish you up so I can eat my cookie in the other room. Which question I was zoning out? Sorry, the question I was mentioning was being able to swap out low profile switches for non-low profile switches, Legendary. Presumably with, I guess, the Nomad. It seems like you wouldn't do that with a low profile keyboard, right? But also, Legendary, I need you paying attention here. You're my backup. I can't have you zoning out. Are you crazy? Congrats, cool. Thanks, Lorenzo. Thank you. Alright, I'm getting a little sick of drawing. Want to go into Photoshop and do some, let's open Photoshop and add some texture, and then wrap that up for the night. Let's do it. Pinout is different. Yeah, they're like custom little pins, right? So that makes sense. I think the answer is probably like a no to your question, Hoyon. Legendary, the fact that you said the word pin out has me convinced. I'm like, yeah, you sound legit. All right, I'm gonna switch to my Photoshop little preset thing, which is function key E. You can see the little color. I customize the colors. See down there in Photoshop. I know you guys are like looking on your phone. I'm on like a big computer and everything, but a lot of you are looking on a phone. But so I have, whoops, I'm missing. So I have Mac OS, and then I have Illustrator. Now we're in Photoshop, which will be helpful for changing brush sizes and stuff. I'll just add a little bit of texture to some of these illustrations just for fun before we wrap up. So new document, I'll just make it, I don't know, 2000. And then we'll just copy and paste. I like this one the most, so copy, paste as a smart object. Make it nice and big. Give myself some room. Turn off rulers. There's a keyboard that Newfie makes that has a feature which requires you to flip the PCB over. They want to make something like this. Oh yeah, a friend of mine has the Kick 75, I think. Yeah, they seem like they're doing cool stuff too. I liked the color of like the blue enter key or something on that keyboard, I think, if I remember correctly. It was really nice. Alright, let's grab a brush. Let's grab like let's do some raking. Yeah, let's do a nice, just some shadow work. Set a clipping mask. Let's switch over to Photoshop mode. I forget, is it, forgetting my shortcuts for this. Let's see, my info. Oops, escape. Bear with me for a sec while I want. There's a stupid mosquito flying around the room too. Alright, that's new layer. Brush size. Yeah, brush size. Oh, die, you stupid mosquito.
So brush size I have set up and down here. And then undo and redo. And I thought I had clipping mask. Yeah, I got clipping mask set up here so I can snap into a clipping mask. And then I just want to brush in a little bit of shadow over this character. Set it to multiply to 20%. Yeah. Mosquito is driving me nuts. I mean, I live like in a barn, or I don't live in a barn, I work out of a barn. And almost like a glowing, in fact. Hey Google, dim the lights. It's a little bit better. I'm like a glowing box of light in the middle of the woods, basically. So all these like bugs are just like smacking at the windows trying to get in. I'm gonna set this to color burn instead. And let's go back over this. Delete all that line work and then reapply it in Photoshop for a better effect. I mean, seriously, they're like, and they're so dumb, right? Like, I don't get pride out of killing bugs or anything, but they're just so like stupidly just like batting their face against the windows. And I had to do it. It was like no choice. I had to get one of those like bug zapper machines, and it cooks these bugs. It's like kind of insane how like you can like smell the bugs burning. It's really kind of gnarly, but yeah, it seems to be doing the trick. And you can hear it zapping them. And sometimes like a bug will just get like stuck in it. And it's just like it's just kind of gnarly and fucked up. But it's taking care of my bug issue, and it doesn't bring me too much joy. But I also really don't like having bugs eating me the whole night. So I had to do it to him. Show off my bug zapper. Why don't you redo the drawings instead of just coloring them? Why don't you redo the drawings instead of just coloring them? Trying to follow the question. I think I'm suspecting that your question is partially stemming from the fact that like I am redoing a lot of work from Illustrator to Photoshop. I figure out a lot of my shapes and my colors and stuff in Illustrator, drag stuff around a lot, and then I end up, frankly, like redoing a lot of it in Photoshop to give it a little bit more tooth and grit and texture. It's just a workflow that I really like, and that works for me. It is at times a little bit goofy, but I try to work as like non-destructively as possible as well. That's why I'm working in between like Photoshop and Illustrator so often. Adding a little bit of tooth and grit right now to this as a smart object in Illustrator, and then when I pop back into Photoshop, it'll update. See? And I made it a little bit too intense. Let's lower that to 0.3. There we go, a little more subtle. Maybe a little bit higher frequency too. I'm happy to answer your question more thoroughly. I'm not 100% understanding it, and I think that's more my fault than yours. So feel free to give me a little bit more info, and I can try my best to do a better job. Basically, like now that I've figured out a lot of the color and like a lot of my questions for myself, I'm able to like play a little bit more with like free-handed brushes and stuff in Photoshop. Like I might want to like, there's like certain things I just don't feel like drawing in Illustrator because it's just not super conducive to the program. Like if I wanted to like, which I would never, but like, you know, have hair on this character, it's like a lot more fun just to draw it freehand than like do it in Illustrator. So that's kind of where this all comes from. Like I might add, I think what I'll do is I'll add like a little bit of a hood situation here. And then a little overlapping shape like that. Mosquitoes. It also doesn't help that like I have this like giant softbox light over here. Oh, it's gonna be hard to reposition, but like I have this giant light like blasting down on my desk so you guys can see it, and that is just like attracting a lot of bugs. so back, baby. I'm gonna wrap up by 10 o'clock Eastern, which is in about 20 minutes. So if you got any questions or any final orders, anything like that you want to do, please feel free. I'm here to answer those. Oh, nice, Jody. What'd you get? We got an order. Counting down. What did you get? I'm curious what you're counting down for, depending on how long you'll be counting down, depending on what thing you got. My guess is it's the Framer Micro. Prove me wrong. You're the winner, the knob one. Nice. That was the one I said if there was one thing I could magically have on my desk today, it would be the knob one. That one's so sick. Congrats. Make sure that we get you a gift in your order. Guess it'll probably take I think the knobs, I think this is like, they're shipping those like next month, I think. So, shouldn't take too long, but plenty of time for us to get a gift in there for you. Thanks for sharing, and for sharing your excitement. That's exciting. I'm stoked for you. I don't know if you're in the Discord at all, Jody. Is your name Jody, right? Your name is Jody? Yeah. Jody, but they're like sharing a lot of the work in progress stuff of the knob, and it's looking real good. Like, yeah, looks sick. I don't remember what these dudes look like underneath their little hood, but something like this probably. Love your work in transparency, team. Oh, nice. Yay. Thanks for the order, Jody. I'm glad that you're happy. What's the tablet? Abdullah. This is a Wacom Movink, M-O-V-I-N-K. It's a newer product of theirs. It's really nice. It's just one Thunderbolt cable that puts the display and powers it at the same time. Wacom Movink. End of August. Yay. Not in the Discord, maybe you should. You don't have to like be in the Discord, but you should pop in and just see some of the, like, if you go to the I'll see if I can pull it up without like doxing myself too hard, but spotting the flies. I'll show you, Jody, some of the like work in progress renders that I was seeing in the knob. So I know this will be small on your screens, your phones, but like, let's see. Am I in the knob? Yeah. Yeah, like, look at these. Whew. Oh man. I think these are still prototypes and stuff too that Ben's working on. But like, look at this thing. Oh, it's looking so nice. Yeah, I'm really hyped on the knob. Looks really good. But yeah, you don't have to like super join the Discord, but it's just nice to see like they're developing the firmware and all that stuff. I mean, you talk about transparency and you like it. Like, here's like a video of like the factory like assembling the boxes and stuff. Like, it's just, yeah, so much transparency. It's really cool. Abdullah, let me know if you have any other questions for sure. Happy to answer. There's also the box for the Micro 2 on the Discord. Oh, really? I don't know if I saw that yet. Is it in the Creator Micro? Where is it? Oh, it must be. Was that what I was looking at in the knob thing? Did I just see that? I feel like I just saw it. No. Where's the box art, Legendary? right now I am scrolling through the Discord to look for like anything I can find to see. Oh, here's the box. Nice.
Ooh wee. Nice in general.
Thank you. Damn. That looks nice. They got the emboss, the blind emboss of the keys too. Wowee. Damn, dude, this is so sick. Oh, it looks so good. I'm so happy for them. This looks so nice. Yeah, I need this. I want this.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I feel like their render, like it's gonna come out pretty damn close to that too. I mean, it needs to do a little blind emboss situation. Mattia's renders are nuts. Like, I'm assuming it's Mattia. Wow, beautiful. Love it. Looks so good.
Have you got any Nomad V2 that you can show us? KSG. I wish I did. I will be getting a Nomad V2. I will not be getting it any earlier than anyone else. As much as I wish I could and want it before everyone else. No, I don't have anything. Michael, the CEO and co-founder, I think might have some components of it that he maybe shows on stream sometimes. Trust me, I wish I could get it from him, but I think he has some, and so maybe next live stream he might be able to show some of that. I'm not positive though, but it's still all in progress. Yeah, 95% of where they're at in real life. Yeah, they're pretty damn accurate with their renders. Cause yeah, so many renders are it's so easy to make a render look amazing, and then kind of like drop the ball on execution or like cut corners. I feel like sometimes they even like in production end up like upgrading certain things too. So yeah, it's always impressive. I think this little chunky fella. All right, I got 10 minutes. Let's see what we want to do for 10 minutes. Let's color. Let's I don't know. Let's make soda splash out of this Coke can. Why not, right? That's a big soda can. I feel like I'm blinding you all with all the white, so let's switch to a darker color. Drop this down a bit, rotate it. Try some splashy liquids. Let's have Mountain Dew coming out of the Coke can. What do we say, fellas? Yeah, let's do it. They're both basically the same as the ones you'll get if you buy ones. Visually speaking, besides the rotary counter on the framer.
The Nomad V2.
What's the different keys, right? Different keys, and then also yeah, these things can click. I mostly want the V2 just so I can have like two colors so I can swap them out more often, especially because I stream with them. Like, I want to show you that it's the white one right now, but can't.
Oh, also I think the assembly and disassembly of the V2 is going to be a lot easier. I think it's like only 4 screws instead of like 10 to like get the shell off, which would be really helpful for somebody that can't decide what color they want, which is me.
Waiting for the N2 on stream. Yeah, I am too. I don't know if they've done it yet, but I missed it if so. But like I feel like they're gonna have one soon, like a prototype that we can see. That I'm very excited for. And I volunteer as tribute to show it off if anyone wants to mail me the NE2. But I do think Michael might have like a prototype on his desk. I feel like he does. Could be wrong. Probably wrong.
Usually wrong.
Doesn't exist physically. Meh.
So I am wrong. Maybe I think I'm thinking of the Framer Micro. That's maybe what I've seen parts of. Yeah, that must be what it is. I'm thinking of Framer Micro. How audible is the music in the background? I have no way of knowing because it's just like playing through speakers. I don't have it like playing through the stream. It's just in the back and I can't tell how much OBS is cutting out. Audible. Cool. What do you call it? The perfect level? Should I go up and down? Up or down? Nice. Thank you. Swatting at bugs again. The bugs are getting crazier. I'm gonna last for 5 more minutes and then bounce. Any last minute orders, get them in so we can get you a gift. No pressure. But if you're thinking about ordering, I'm gonna probably leave in like 5 minutes or so. So this will be the last chance for me to make sure we get you a nice gift. One thing I gotta do for my tablet here is I want to get the like paper-like screen protector that gives it a little bit more tooth and grit. That's something I like about my iPad a lot, is I have the cover on it that makes it feel a little bit more like paper. This is a little bit glassy. I have the paper nib on the pen, which is nice, but could use a little more tooth. Alright, now we have Mountain Dew shooting out of this little baby. Maybe next stream I'll do some animation. Do a little frame by frame animation of this blasting out. I'm tired. Streaming's tiring. It's like performing like a circus monkey. But it's fun. The nice thing is no one's really tuning in for me specifically. It's all about work louder, so I don't have to like perform that much. Whereas if I streamed on my channel, it'd be more, I think, more stressful. This is like a good warm-up for me, because I want to do more streaming of my own sooner than later. So this is good practice. Let's get a little roughen effect like we do. Uh-oh, we lost it, because Illustrator does that sometimes. It just throws it in a random place. Where was... oh yeah, we were here. Alright, we finished Coca-Cola meets Ectoplasma Green. Oh, I'm tired. I think we'll be done. We streamed for like 2.5 hours. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Let me see if I can figure out how to... Alright, I gotta switch over to this one.
or I don't know which layer I have this on. It's not that. There it is. What keyboard is that? Oh, Caveman. I was just getting off. But let me fill you in. This is the Nomad E by Work Louder. And the V2 is coming out soon. It's available for pre-order. These ones are sold out, but there's an even newer and improved version of it online for pre-order. And I can show you real quick. But I do all my illustration and design and animation with it. And yeah, this is the, let me find my mouse. Yeah, this is the V2 coming out. They got all these different colorways. There's an orange colorway. That's really fun and exciting as well. They have white and black. They're available for pre-order now. And yeah, I use like all these different shortcuts, like all these buttons as little macro keys for different functions for all my different programs. Undo, redo, volume, changing transparency of shapes in Illustrator, all sorts of stuff like that. A lot of people use it for music editing, video editing, anything productivity related or for fun. And yeah, that is what I was doodling on all night, just before you caught me on my way to ending the stream. I think it's crazy. I work as a complete client service technician. This would be dope. Ooh, that sounds nice. Yeah, I'm always really curious about everyone's different use cases because I do illustration, animation, some video editing and stuff like that, and a lot of people work in a lot of different fields. Last time I streamed, there was somebody that had like a really specific use case that was very interesting and neat to me, which I totally forget what it was. But I know a lot of programmers like them and use them for different things too. It's just nice to have like these little shortcuts to be able to like jump around and do menial tasks more quickly. Like I have them set up for different tools, but when I'm just like running Mac OS, I have this like switches my window up to my other monitor, which is something that like I need to do all the time. And then like copying, you can like double click to copy, or copy a one click and then double click will paste, double click and hold can cut. Like you can do all sorts of stuff like that. It's really fun. Tell me more. Oh my god. Only Alex. What do you want to know? What do you want to know about this keyboard? I'm happy to answer anything. Do you like the fact that this orange glow I matched to be the orange of the cable and also the orange of my function key? I do. Oh, computer client. I was wondering what a complete client was. I work as a computer client services technician. Man, if you brought this thing into somebody's house to fix up their IT services or whatever, you'd blow their mind with a keyboard this gorgeous. Are you kidding me? I literally get no kickbacks if you order one. I'm saying that genuinely. But yeah, it's really nice. They also have, there is, Caveman, if you're still here, this one's really beautiful too, the knob. This one's shipping, I think, next month. Not quite as tech, but really gorgeous. Big fan. I have one of these coming too. And then they have these little mini 40% boards that are shipping. I think like they're shipping now. August, they're shipping next month as well. Nomad build is insane. Hi, Sophia. Thanks. I just got this colorway, but like, you know, sometimes I have a hard time deciding. I got my custom painted green one as well. It's hard to show perfectly. It's got some imperfections, but it matches the studio background now. It was a white one that I had extra. Heck yeah, I work for a local government and my home office is 3 screens, but I use 100% low free. Yeah, that makes sense, K-Man. Yeah, I mean, you might need another keyboard. Just saying. The low frees are great, right? I think everybody is using those right now. They're really popular. I get ads for them a lot. They look really nice. I get every color except I think clear, like clear. But then I have like 4 new colors I got to collect for the Nomad V2. So yeah, can't wait to get mine. Yeah, Stubble is alive, taking a break from learning scripting. So cool. Oh, I'm glad that you stumbled on it. Yeah. You must be following the account, and you must be somewhat familiar with some of Workladder's products. But yeah, I'm wrapping the stream in a few minutes, but I'm happy to chat for a couple and totally here to answer questions that you have. But I use my keyboard to do like illustration and animation every day. And so I have a lot of shortcuts set up for like Photoshop, like making the brushes bigger and smaller, rearranging the layers forward and backward, undo and redo. In Illustrator, same thing, like I can turn like the stroke weight up and down with the twist of a knob, or cutting and pasting shapes, or using the Pathfinder in Illustrator, which is a tool that I use a lot. And then I have the Creator Micro over here, which kind of is dedicated to like even like less often tasks that I don't do super often. But when I do, like saving out a file in Illustrator is like Command Option Shift S. It's like some ridiculous amount of keys. So I just set them all to like one key over here. But again, I don't use it so often, so it kind of gets pushed into the micro. Flow 2 is on pre-order too. I didn't check out the Flow 2. Is the Flow 2 one that's like really simple legendary? I think maybe I remember seeing that. Free Flow 2. Yeah, that's a cool looking keyboard. Super simple. Yeah, it looks nice. That's a good one too. That's why I like the Nomad. I feel like Nomad is kind of in that world. I'm really excited. Or the knob is what I meant to say. I'm really excited for the knob, which is shipping soon. Hey dude, so I bought a framer, XYZ. When are they expected to ship? Akram, so all of the shipping expectations are underneath the pre-order buttons on the site, which I'm happy to check out with you right now. But I believe the XYZ is shipping next month, August, I'm pretty sure. I think it's at the end of August. Ships August. And then the framer, I think, is a little bit later. Late September, so a couple months or so. I am waiting for all the same ones that you are, so I'm just as excited as you. Definitely gonna follow. Nice, yeah, follow along. There's a lot of cool stuff going on at the company, like from like all different price points too. They've got like these new 3D printed boards that they're working on that are like pretty damn cost effective, and they have more of the premium stuff and kind of like everything in between. There's bugs flying around my studio. So yeah, follow along. We're happy to have you, Caveman. Glad that you stumbled upon the live. Super useful. If you ever make a purchase it during a live stream so you can get a gift for it, is like a fun hack. Can you do a sound check on the keyboard? David, I can, sure. Let me type to you. There you go. Hope that was helpful for you. Everybody's popping online all of a sudden. I was trying to leave. You're welcome, David. Let me know if you want me to push a certain key for you or something. Bailey, I've seen these keyboards all over. They look amazing. Question, what does the Framer keypad do? Okay, let's do it. So the Framer is very similar to, so this is the Creator Micro that I have, which is kind of like the genesis of the Framer. So we can kind of compare them similar to each other just because this is kind of like a version 2 of this. And so with this one, you can set it to kind of do anything you want. It's basically just like a bunch of shortcuts. You can set it to be actions in Photoshop or Premiere Pro or whatever you use, Google Slides, Chrome. And for me, I use it for digital illustration animation a lot. So anything that I don't want to have to push a bunch of keys on the keyboard for instance, like saving a file in Illustrator is like Command Option Shift Save S or whatever. And so I just set it to be one key on here instead. And you switch between these different layers. There's 4 different layers, so each of them go to a different program for me. They have a knob that you can twist and you can click. So like undo, redo, things like that. Zoom in, zoom out, expanding timelines in video editing things like that. And then, so the Framer version of it, which is coming out late September, or shipping in late September, you can pre-order it now, is just an improved version of that. It has like a joystick up in the top right corner instead of the knob, which is going to be that much more versatile.
and I am definitely planning on getting one. I was thinking about ordering it tonight, but I keep getting distracted. But yeah, and it works for Windows, Linux, Mac, any program, any software. It's really easy to set up. It's getting easier and easier to set up. Years ago, they didn't have their own software for it. Now they have their own software called Input. That just makes it that much easier. And it's really like kind of like you can kind of do anything you want with it. I mean, as far as what a keypad can do. Sound test for the XYZ. I don't have an XYZ with me. I just placed my order for mine earlier today. So as soon as I get it, I will totally do a sound test. And I have a feeling Michael will do a sound test soon enough as well. So I will when I can, or we will when we can. Very cool. I'm assuming I'd be able to use this in Figma. Yeah, Bailey. So they did a Figma collaboration. Figma is exactly, yeah, I realize how many people use Figma that follow Work Ladder. I think it's like kind of the perfect demographic. So absolutely, they did a collaboration with Figma. If I can get my dumb face off, I switched layers. Oh boy, let's see. Oh boy, I'm panicking. Here we go. They did a Figma collab, which I believe is sold out, but sometimes they sell them secondhand in the Discord. There's people selling theirs, but yeah, they did this collab. So a lot of great shortcuts like undo, redo, layers, sending forward and back is really helpful. That's something I do in Illustrator a lot. But yeah, this is almost identical to what I have here, which is almost identical except a much more improved version, which is the Framer Creator Micro. So don't be intimidated by the word Framer. That's just like a collab that they had, but it can work for anything. Yeah. How long do you research before producing the product? Ahmed. So I don't work on the products. I just work with the team doing like streaming, and I helped to create one of the characters that is inside of the keyboard on the screen, stuff like that. So I can't give like super final answers, but I follow them really closely, and I think they're ramping up because the more products they're making, they're getting better at it and stuff. But it looks like they've got at least a year-long kind of runway, if not probably even earlier than that. Seems like it takes a year just to develop it once they have the design done. With manufacturing, but it seems like they work on them for potentially years leading up to it with ideas. Well, they seem to be getting quicker and quicker because as they grow, they get a little bit more resources to do so, but it takes a while. Definitely takes a while. Abdul, hi. Will keycaps that I have for the Figma Micro work for the XYZ? That's a great question that I'm not sure if I'll have the full answer to. But I can try. Let's see if we can kind of figure it out. Sometimes they'll mention on their pages what caps. So work blind key set. So don't quote me on this. Do a little bit more research or ask me, or DM where are you chatting from? You are chatting from Instagram. You can DM the Work Ladder Instagram account with questions, and I think usually we try our best to get back to you. No guarantees. But it comes with, my answer is, I'm pretty sure it does. I could be wrong though. I don't want to give an answer to that. I'm not sure. But it comes with the work blinds key set, which is a key set that works with this micro, and I believe this micro also uses the same keys that the Figma micro does too. So I think they're all connected. I know that the Nomad ones are separate, but I believe the XYZ and these can share keys. Not 1,000% sure though. But you can find the answer somehow, or you can DM. I would say DMing the Work Ladder account. We can get a more solid answer for you. Legendary says yes. Yep. Both chalk, which is a switch, which I know that. Legendary says yes. I trust Legendary. They seem to know quite a bit. Any other questions before I bounce? Both use the same keycaps. Hey, how do I change my keys to be white like that? Bigfoot Ranch, do you have Nomad? If you do, you can order the accessories keycaps. These are the Work MX Alpha, and I have them in day. So they have day and they have night. So I got these day keys, and I think they're in stock and shipping. Yeah, they're shipping now. These are like look at some of these configurations that people or that Mattia kind of setup. But the white keycaps are like huge. I think they're so sick. So yeah, they're on worklouder.cc, and they are under accessories, keycaps, and they're called the MX Alpha. Huge upgrade. Do you sell just keys? Yeah, Bigfoot Ranch, got it. You must have heard me, hopefully.
Oh my god, it's the Grateful Dad. Oh, Grateful Dad. I thought you were Grateful Dead. I'd love to learn to build a macro pad. Where'd y'all start? You should check out their socials. They have so many stories about like how they got going, and you can track so much history through their socials and through Discord and stuff like that. They're pretty transparent with everything. Lots of blog posts, all that sort of stuff. Grateful Dad. Dig in. I think you'll be really excited to dig into like some of their older social posts. I don't know how it works for the number of my order for the free gift, but I guess I'll try it. Alex, if you ordered something and it hasn't shipped yet, let us know what the order number is, which, will be in your email or whatever, and then we'll throw a free gift in. So Alex, if you placed an order, tell us what the order number is. Simple as that. Just paste it in here. Other keys compatible with your Nomad? So, might be a better question for Legendary if they're still in the chat, but I believe so. I believe a lot of people are ordering random key sets and applying them to the Nomad. And I believe if I look at the Nomad, I think they even say like, let's see. There's somewhere here. Compatibility comes with material. Somewhere on the site. I'm pretty sure that there's like a decent amount of compatibility that works with the Nomad. And in the Discord, I know there's a lot of people like buying sets off of like Alibaba and stuff that are working, as well as I forget what the other company is that's really popular that has keycaps. Okay, you have to be careful with the spacing, right? Because some of these are like weird spacing sizes, but a lot of like the square caps work. But the short answer is yes. You guys should make a version of the workboard with the screen so it's still cheaper. For sure. Good feedback, YYC. We'll keep it in mind. The idea is definitely to keep kind of running a cheaper or a more cost-effective and affordable approach, and then still have the premium stuff, and that's what the XYZ line is starting to try to do. So they're 3D printing parts, and it's really cool to see. So it's totally the goal. In Canada, it's very expensive. Fair enough, totally. They are definitely a premium product. 3D printed macro pads, kids potentially. Grateful Dad. Seems like it. I think I remember seeing some social content maybe like a month or two ago where it seemed like they were talking about 3D printing a lot of different things. So I think supporting I'm not telling you all what to do by any stretch, but seems like the XYZ board is like a prototype of like, is this going to work? And it seems like they're kind of selling like hotcakes. I think they're nearly sold out. And so it seems like people are really excited about this level of product. So if it works out, I think they'll probably do as much as they can in that line. Do you think they'll be restocking the Figma keypad? Bailey, no. I'm almost certain they are not restocking the Figma keypad, but two things. If you're really set on the Figma aspect of it, they might be on eBay, and also in the Discord, they have a buy sell channel where people sell things if they upgrade or if they don't need them anymore, and so you might be able to find them in there. But otherwise, I don't believe they're manufacturing any new ones. But the framer is functionally the same and better, and you can customize it and stuff as well. So there's no reason not to just get the framer version. You might be able to find them somewhere in the buy sell section, but don't get hung up too much on the Figma aspect of it because it's like functionally the same exact thing, except the newest one is even better. Sweet, reminds me of Radio Shack, honestly, back in the day. Nice. If you join the Discord, I can send you an image with the keycap sizes. Nice. Yeah. Legendary's got all the hookups. The Discord's really helpful. I know the Discord's gonna be kind of like hardcore and like a little bit intimidating, but you can just join and like kind of browse. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Food Clouds limited edition. The only way to purchase at the moment is to buy and sell chat. Yeah. I think eBay has them too. Yeah. But again, the framer, the new version, the framer is like just an improved version of it. You're not missing anything between the Figma and the framer. They both, and for what it's worth, Bailey, if I'm not being clear, like they work in anything. They work in Photoshop or Illustrator or Framer or Figma. They're completely agnostic of program. They're just collaborations that have certain branding opportunities. So get on it. Oh, Alex, I got your order number. Thanks. I almost missed it, but I got it. Taking a screenshot now. And thank you, Alex. Curious what you got, if you're still around, Alex, but Presh. It's making an open source 3D printed keyboard that could be modular in your guys' view. YYC. So I don't work for Work Louder, and I'm not like a designer there. I'm just a freelancer that uses their products. But the answer to me is, well, I don't know what the answer is, but it seems like that's their goal, is to try to have that approach. I don't know if they're actually doing exactly what you're saying, but it definitely seems like their general approach is to try to make things a bit accessible through the 3D printing world, stuff like that. Nice. Sounds like, Alex, you got the XYZ. I think it's shipping at the end of next month or something, so you should get it pretty soon, or maybe even sooner. I think that's a pretty quick one to ship. So I ordered one too. I'm also waiting for it. I'm also like excited. So we'll be excited together. Keycaps, I feel like it's Bailey. So Bailey, I'm like a total aesthetic person. Like aesthetics drives so much of what I'm into. So I get it. I think my answer is like I would start by checking, like lurking in the, because you're not gonna miss your chance to buy the framer one yet. Like they're not gonna sell out right now. So maybe what you do is you stalk eBay and the buy sell forum and Discord for a little bit, see if you can snag one. And if you can't, then you get the framer, and then maybe there's the keycaps that come out or whatever. If you prefer aesthetics, I totally get it. I would never argue there. It is exciting. But you will be able to like replace the keycaps on the framer one down the line too, so there's always an opportunity to. But I would say check out eBay or the buy sell section of the Discord and see if you can maybe grab a Figma one, because there are people still selling them. I think Mike said they're dropping the STL for the 3D printed parts on the XYZ, but not 100% sure on the details. Yeah, I think that's their general goal, is to try to like make this as like kind of open as possible, especially for the 3D, the XYZ stuff. First ortholinear keyboard, Alex, it'll be mine too. Yeah, it'll be mine too, and I'm kind of excited. I'm gonna try to play games on it. I think that ortholinear is gonna be really nice for like the WASD situation with playing shooters. So that's gonna be my go-to. Alex is basically trying to play games. Bailey, don't be defeated. Conquer your dreams and get yourself a Figma one. And if you can't find it after a week or so of searching, then you know where to find the framer. And you're not missing out because they're not shipping yet. So like, you still have some time before you start like missing out. But I think you'll like it. I really love mine, and mine's not even a Figma one. I still really love it. In fact, I really love the colorway I have, which is all black. All right, everyone, I've overstayed my welcome. I appreciate everybody being here and everybody's support and everybody helping out and all of those things. And I'm going to go eat a snack and also go to sleep. But thanks for being here, and see you soon. You can follow the channel, follow Work Louder, check us out, and see what you like.